Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fight fans. We are live with another episode of Undisputed on ESFL. I am your host, Frank No Streaming. I'm joined in the booth by the man, the myth, the legend, Bruce Lee Rob. Rob, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Frank? Good to be in the booth again
Man,
with you. You know, we always smash these shows.
absolutely. I'm thrilled to be back for another episode of Undisputed here on ESFL. As always, man, the home of esports, combat sports.
Mm.
We're gonna keep things going, like we had said with Undisputed today. We've got a 7-fight card for you guys, full of fantastic boxing. Let's go ahead and take a look at that fight card real quick. We're gonna be starting things off with the woke sports fan taking on SVG King 12 Diaz. Pablo Gribb's gonna be taking on Uncle Talent. kyoungbutta versus wordlife after that. BoneDoinWork is going to be taking on Addict 85. We've got the return of Pryoxis. Once again, he's going to be taking on Royszn. And then in our co-main event, we've got JMMA taking on Lozo. And our main event for the evening, EyeGameUWatch versus GameOver. Rob, what is jumping out to you on this fight card? Are there anything, any predictions that you have, any fights that are standing out to you?
Yes, I'm looking at this card. I'm getting excited. My heart is beating. We got kyoungbutta versus wordlife. I mean, these two are fantastic boxers, and they're going to collide here in the third fight. And then we got Pryoxis versus Royszn. And it's not even the main event. You move up the ladder. You got JMMA versus, I think last week we were calling him Losoooo, but it's Lozo. Sorry, we got you now, Lozo. And then EyeGameUWatch, the TikTok sensation. He was, I'm afraid you didn't see last week, but in the middle of the fight, he would pelvic thrust, literally do like some twerking in the cage, and he was taunting his opponent. So GameOver has a big task on his hands today, buddy.
Yeah, no, I personally am a big fan of, a little touch of tasteful disrespect in
Yeah.
combat sports in particular. So it's always great to see somebody out there who's not afraid to let the taunts fly and not afraid to, let their opponent know what they think, and also having to
Mm.
back that up when there's somebody who's trying to take your head off, 6 feet away from you. Always a fun little mental gymnastics before the fight goes on. But I think we should be about ready to get into our first fight. Rob, do you have anything you want to say before we get going, or?
Uh, yeah, I think we might be ready to go today. And remember, guys, I just want to say today's event is brought to you by the CFESA, and we're going to be getting into that later tonight. But I just want to say thank you guys for sponsoring today's stream, and I hope you guys all enjoyed today's show. And I cannot wait to be here. And let's kick things off with the first fight if it is ready.
Yes, sir. Looks like it is. We got the woke sports fan taking on SVG King 12 Diaz. I'm just going to call you Diaz for short because that is a mouthful, my man. These guys are going to be fighting 10 rounds in what looks like the welterweight division. And looks like we're just waiting on them to get their fighters selected. But as things look on my end, we've got Sergio Martinez taking on a Sugar Ray Leonard. Just going to, like I said, wait a second, see if that's what we actually get. But just from what we see on screen right now, Rob, this could be a great fight. Just as a matter of who's going to do better controlling the outside, controlling the distance. Both these guys have fantastic jabs, are incredibly elusive, moving around the ring. So, what do you look for out of this fight between two outboxers? What do you see coming to us?
Well, these both of these guys are 0-1. We got the woke sports fan lost to EyeGameUWatch week 1, and then we got King who lost to Royszn, and both these guys are later on the card. Got a little technical difficulty, but yeah. So both guys looking for a win here, Frank. And when you haven't gotten that first win in the ESFL, you got the jitters. You're a little bit nervous, but these guys are very motivated to get a win here. So I'm thinking Sugar Ray Leonard is the guy. I actually don't know too much about Sergio Martinez. You know anything about Sergio Martinez? I know Sugar Ray Leonard likes to go on the outside. He likes to, fight quick, fight fast, and he's just so twitchy with his muscle reaction speed that he's hard to deal with. Sergio Martinez, you're saying, is an outside fighter as well.
Yeah.
Ah,
So again, apologies to any actual boxing aficionados. I'm a bit of
that's
a
us,
layman,
bro.
but um, what I do know about Sergio Martinez, really fast hands, a southpaw, proficient in both stances.
Mm.
Although since they're fighting online, it's not going to be too much of a factor. When can we get stance switches on? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's something we got to look for development. But yeah, no, Sergio, great out of both stances. Very fast hands, excellent combos. It's just going to be
Mm.
a matter of will he be able to get his hands on Leonard, because as we know, that's like trying to catch a ghost. I mean,
Yeah, it definitely is. And these fights are all 10 rounds, too. So you have so much time to formulate a strategy, to make adjustments. We saw last week Like, a lot of guys would have comeback wins too. They lose the first 4 or 5 fights, Frank, and then they'd figure out a way to adjust and they'd come back. And the judging in this game is a little sussy sometimes, so you gotta be careful out there. And we do, oh yeah, Frank, we do have the damage multipliers as well. If you guys don't know, I think it's 1.25 damage and stamina. So that's pretty fun. Makes for some fun fights.
Absolutely. You said the judging can be a bit iffy. Well, at least that's true to real life, you know.
That is true.
But let's go ahead and while we've got some time getting waiting on these guys to get everything set up, let's take a look at the standings from
Okay.
last week's card. While we get those up, I know a lot of people were wanting to see those. And
All right, let's check them out.
yeah, let's check them out.
Ooh, look at this graphic, Frank. Looking good.
No, I'm looking at the wrong screen, wondering why I can't see the graphics. Okay, so at the top of the heap, we've got EyeGameUWatch holding it down with 3 points. In the 2 points bracket, we've got BoneDoinWork, Addict 85, Royszn, Lozo, JMMA, and Job. All of them undefeated, 1-0, looking to keep that momentum going. Pryaxis and J Shep are in the 1 point division, and then of course we've got wordlife talent, Diaz, Woke, Butter, Pablo, and Fight Night's finest, all looking to make a splash and get some points on the board here in this matchup. It looks like things are starting to get ironed out on the competitor's side. We're just getting things ironed out, like I said. But whenever you look at the standings, Rob, what are some things, some surprises, some things you maybe expected, things that really speak to you here?
Yeah, I think it's really cool that the season is promoting, fight of the night finishes, performances of the night. You do get a point. I believe you get 2 points for a win, or no, a point for a win. No, 2 points for a win, and then 1 point for a knockout. And then you even get 1 point for a performance of the night, I believe, as well. So Pryaxis and JX Shep, they got 1 point and they didn't even get a win. So it's not always about the win. It's also about the performance, which I really like. And these fights last week were so exciting. I'm really excited to see these storylines, kind of progress through the season. But even the fights themselves, the storylines, I've noticed that's a big difference from UFC so far. Is just it's not as chaotic in there. It's more like it progresses slowly, and you get to see these guys make so many different changes. And I just love the cerebral approach to this boxing game, Frank.
And that's one thing I do appreciate about boxing versus MMA. MMA is very much 100 miles an hour, right? Like you're trying to get your
cars
shot
crashing.
Off first. You're trying to get your shot off first because it only takes one. Generally speaking, in MMA, if you land one clean head kick, I mean, the fight's probably not going to go on much longer. But in boxing, you can take a little bit of punishment. You can take a little damage while you're assessing what your opponent's doing, while you're trying to figure out your own strategy. You can start slow and then pick things up later on. You can try and, burn the entire gas tank at the beginning, hope that you can get a big enough lead where your opponent can't come back. There's just a lot more at stake. Well, not at stake, but there's a lot more mental, aspects of the game at play whenever you get into a boxing setting versus an MMA setting, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And it looks like we are ready, Frank. And ladies and gentlemen, our first fight is here, arrived on our doorstep, and we're going to go ahead and get right on into it. And I believe King 12 Diaz, I'm pretty sure that he is teammates with Pryoxis and JMMA, unless I'm going crazy, which sometimes I do. And he's probably training pretty hard for this fight, so it's gonna be a good one. Though the woke sports fan, Frank's gonna have his hands full.
Absolutely, man. I feel like I'm just ready to see what these guys are bringing to the table because I can't tell you, woke sports fans got to look out for this and King's got to look out for this. Now, admittedly, I probably could have. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm ready to see these two get in there so that, we can see what they're trying to do. Because just because you're using Sergio Martinez doesn't mean you're going to be trying to float around on the outside and, mix up your stances and throw feints and this and that. You can still just try and walk forward like you're Mike Tyson. That's the thing about, that's the thing. You never know what you're going to get. So let's see what we got.
Okay, Forrest Gump. Yeah, you never know. You never know. And that's what makes this so special is these guys really bring it for the esports fight league. They're here to entertain the crowd, which you want to see. Not only, I think we only got one lemon fight last week. I'm not gonna say who it was because that's disrespectful.
Name names.
But most of these people bring it. You know, they come and they put on a performance. That's what you want to say. How's this fight going? Oh, we're getting into it. We're getting into it. Okay, we're starting. Let's go. Hopefully the commentators are off frame so we don't get, you know, a little traffic jammed.
Yeah, here's hoping. But I mean, I know you and I can both be a little bit loud if we need to. We
Oh
can
yeah.
just talk over them and just run that through. No, you had mentioned earlier these guys
Yeah.
are ready to put on a performance, and I,
Mm-hmm.
for one, am thrilled with the change in the rule set. I like that, you know, a knockout or a fight of the night or a performance of
Yeah.
the night can get you
Yeah.
that extra point, because
Mm.
whenever you go out there, you know, you got two guys who literally just leave it all in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
And it's nice to get a little bit of compensation for that. Obviously, you're going to want the win, but you know, if you know that you're able to go out there and put on the best performance possible, it is nice to get some level of vindication along with that. So, shout out to the top minds at ESFL for getting that figured out. We got some smart guys back there, Rob.
Dang right. We got to be surrounded by smart guys so we look smart up on this commentary booth. And here we go. Round number 1, kicking off. King in the blue corner with the Woke Sports Fan in the red. Let's go.
Yep, looks like Woke Sports Fan starting things off more comfortable to be on the back foot, looking to try and maybe lean out of the way and you know, throw some counters back. He's really trying to get that jab established, as we see Robinson doing this, or not Robinson, Leonard, sorry. That's PTSD. I see one Sugar Ray. Anyway, we see him trying to get his offense going as well, baiting out the straights and, you know, making room for his own counters, but walks into a jab there by Martinez. Both these guys looking to utilize their jabs early, Rob.
Yeah, Woke Sports Fan popping out that power jab with Sergio. And one thing I do love about Undisputed, Frank, and I'm sure you agree, is like the names you see the Woke Sports Fan and SVG, like UFC, those names disappear every now and then, so you get confused, like which one is who? But
Yes.
their names are always there, and it's a lot easier for me.
Absolutely, especially because, like you said, the name is right there and the fighter name. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
not really much margin for error. Like you said, we're not the brightest out here on screen. We're just here because we're pretty. So we got all the people making the smart decisions for us, and let's just step in here and watch these guys fight.
And right now, that's
Martinez-
what they're doing, huh?
Exactly. I was just about to say, Martinez is letting some combos go. He's fighting for a good time, not
Bang.
a long time, because that stamina. I mean, this is round 1. I get a little nerves for him personally.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Look at his heart rate, like 120. It looks like he's, you know, oh my goodness. And here comes King, kind of standing his ground, throwing some big punches there.
Yeah, absolutely. He must be seeing the same things we are. Martinez starting to slow down just a touch because he's being very active here in this first round. But Leonard willing to, you know, take a couple of those shots and really dig to the body when he's done with those combos. And I personally think that's going to be a strategy that pays out for him in the later rounds.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, damn, King is, or excuse me, the Woke is throwing punches when his stamina is like halfway. I'm pretty sure that's going to take even more stamina away from him overall, and those body shots are adding up in round number 1. I don't think you have a better round number 1 for King. So far, so good for the Toon Squad protege.
I mean, we're going to round 2, so it could have been better in round 1 for him. But no, anyway, yeah, no, like you said, he's making some reads, looking to get those downloads done early. He's starting to figure out the timing of Woke Sports Fan. That's one thing I am seeing. He's stepping into the pocket, waiting on him to throw, and then just letting him whiff. So he's gonna let him burn his own stamina down. And unless Woke Sports Fan figures that out and makes some adjustments, he's gonna play right into the hands of King Diaz here.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And it just seems like King is just staying in the center of the ring. Don't say octagon once today. Whoever says octagon first loses, okay?
Okay, that goes the same for cage and ropes.
Right. Okay. Inside of these ropes, and it just seems like he has a better wherewithal with his movement. He knows where he's at. He knows where his opponent's at. And Woke Sports fans having some trouble right now early in this fight, I'm seeing.
Yeah, and you had mentioned that Diaz has done some training with JMMA and Pryoxis. Guarantee one of the things that those guys drilled into his head was ring awareness. Making a huge left hook to the body. And you can see Martinez doesn't like that. He's like, let me go ahead and get some space from that. But Leonard is fighting a very smart fight right now. King Diaz doing a great job of, like I said, baiting out the offense and then capitalizing whenever his windows are there. That said, a good right hand coming back from Martinez. But he's got some work to make up here as we wind down to within 45 seconds of round 2 ending.
100%. Ooh, another big right hand lands. King 12 putting on the pressure, and the Woke Sports Fan, he's finding himself in the corner. It's like he's backing up, giving the space. Right now he's fighting in the center, which is good, but King looking very good, jabbing, hooking, and really digging with those body shots and his combinations, which is going to pay so much dividends later in this fight.
Absolutely. The thing I'm noticing the most, he's being very efficient with his strikes. He's not.
Oh!
Efficiency doesn't matter when you get punched in the mouth. He's rocked. He's wobbling.
Oh!
A couple of huge body shots of Martinez there at the end of the round almost put Sugar Ray Leonard down as I'm talking him up. And that's just the commentator curse in effect right there, Rob.
You jinx him, man. Yeah, wow. That's what he needed right there, huh? Something to, get some respect from King, get some momentum. I think it was a left hook, beautiful shot, no replay, but yeah, there it is. Does that score in the favor of Woke? Are we in a 1-1 situation maybe, Frank?
Potentially, but with these judges, who knows, man? With these judges, Woke Sports Fans probably up 2017 right now. But that's just, one of the things we're going to see as this fight goes on. Of course, I assume that judging will get tweaked as, as more updates and things come out. This is still an early access game, but, a lot of good here, of course, as well.
Well, that's good that they have 10 rounds then, man, because they could just kind of let it hang out in the ring.
Absolutely. And let's be honest, though, Woke Sports Fan is fighting like he's trying to get out of here in 5 or 6. He has no intentions of going that full 10, at least based on the fight that he is fighting right now. Again, Diaz doing a great job staying out of the pocket unless he, wants to be there. He'll draw 2 or 3 shots out from Martinez, and then by the time he does go back in to re-engage, he's already got that bit of stamina advantage. Sugar Ray Leonard's fast enough, man. You don't need to help him out by being tired trying to throw in there with him. But that's exactly what's going on right now, and we're just seeing King Diaz just kind of, staying on the outside, picking up the scraps whenever they show themselves.
Yeah, just feasting, huh? Using that inside footwork and then kind of that flick back. And you're just seeing the Woke Sports Fan, Frank, just kind of trying to throw punches to intercept, but most of these are out of range. Most of these are for nothing. And it's just wasting more and more of his gas tank, like you're saying. Heartbeat, the adrenaline meters is very high right here. And it looks like King just is real comfortable, but he still needs to watch out because the Woke Sports Fan is throwing some heat when he gets close.
Just like we were saying in the last round, King Diaz looks very comfortable in the ring right now, but it only takes one of those left hooks for all that to go completely upside down like we saw. But huge body shots right there. He's doing everything he can to try and stave off that offense, to just make sure that whenever he does decide to stand in there and throw, he's in as little danger as possible. Just because, as we know, whenever your stamina does go down, so does the effect and the pop of your punches. So great strategy through three rounds so far by King 12 Diaz. I'm having a hard time talking, Rob.
Hey, it's all right, man. I understand. It's early. It's okay. We're oiling the machine right now. We're killing it. And yeah, you have to look at the judges here. Okay. 10-10. So it's 30-20. Dang, 30-27 for the Woke Sports Fan.
See? These
Think about that, Frank.
I think that's boxing judging, man. Everybody in the ring, everybody in the arena sees something except those 3 people.
Hey, to be fair, he has been throwing more volume. He is putting a lot of his stamina economy into this first round, so I'm not too mad at it. He did get a rock in round number 2, but I don't know. Does he? I mean, once you get to like round 7, 8, 9, 10, that's when it starts getting real tough for a fight like this.
And the thing, like, he's throwing a lot of power shots, and a good number of them are landing. I just don't know how effective they are because, as we've been mentioning so much, he's just burning so much of that gas tank that by the time here we are in round 4, they just don't have the same heat on them as they did in rounds 1 and 2. We'll see if he's able to regain some of that stamina by maybe taking a foot off the gas here in rounds 5 or 6. Maybe take a round or 2. I'm not gonna say off, but throw less. He seems to have no interest in that thus far.
It's like
maybe,
it's like when you go outside, you have a wet, paper towel or towel, you're just squeezing all the juice out early. But I mean, every time he's King's coming in, he's getting met with some punches. So I don't know if the Woke Sports Fans gonna be able to rely on that in the later rounds, just throwing a barrage of punches every time Sugar Ray comes in. But I think this is King's strategy to come in, make him swing, make him miss, take a little damage early, and then just consume him later in the fight. Oh, look at these body shots,
Frank. About to say, what I've seen, he's done it 3 or 4 times now. He'll come in, he'll tap the head with the jab. Obviously he's making Woke throw a couple of times. He'll tap him with the jab and then double up with that left hook to the body. And you can just see it is zapping the gas tank of Sergio Martinez. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to stay in this fight just because the longer it goes, the less effective his offense is becoming. That's no knock on him. That's nothing, that he's done wrong per se. It's just that King Diaz is fighting such an intelligent fight, being, like I said, very efficient with his attacks, being smart with what he's throwing and when. I mean, it's just not looking great for the woke sports fan going into round 5, but we've seen worse situations be come back from before.
Very, very true. And here we go, round number 5. Could be 4-0, could be 3-1. The woke sports fan is up, and sometimes those that judge's prediction is not always 100% true as well, as we saw last week. Pryaxis and I forgot what his opponent was. I think it was Jisoo. It had Jisoo winning the whole fight, and then ended up being a tie. So, or maybe it was J-Shep and Pryaxis. But you got to be careful with these judges, especially the prediction. But here we go, round number 5. More of the same from Mr. King.
Right. You see Martinez once again trying to be the aggressor, trying to lead this dance. And I mean, he's leading the dance. It's just he keeps getting his feet stepped on too. It's just, every time it seems like he's starting to find his rhythm and turn things around. Diaz throws 2-3 shots, one of them landing to the body, and then he's just completely off his rhythm again.
Ooh.
Yeah, those body shots, man, are massive. And you can see he's starting to take damage to the head. He was very close to being rocked right there. We've got a minute and a half left in the round, Rob. And, I mean, this just seems business as usual for King Diaz. What can the woke sports fan do to get back in this fight, besides, of course, hitting him in the face really hard?
Man, that's a good question. I would probably be a little bit more patient. I wouldn't throw so many punches on the entry from King, and I would maybe be a little bit more economical with my shots. But at this point, it seems like he's already implemented this strategy, which is every time I predict King's coming my way, I'm just tapping buttons and I'm throwing a barrage at him. And so, I mean, did get a rock. He is up, so we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, the gas. Look at the gas tank. We're getting down to about 60% early in the fight, and also King is adding to that with these vicious body shots again and again after a jab, and he's just peppering him and moving and grooving here.
Yep. And that's the thing. He's not doing any of the, any of the things that might be considered cheese. I was trying to find a different way to say it, but yeah, in the early stages of the game, the body uppercut was what a lot of people were using to get all that damage off and to zap your stamina. He's not doing that. A lot of people use the step back straight to just kind of, get some free distance. He's not doing that. Yeah, no, I'm not. Don't do that if you are. But
I hate that technique.
Watch King Diaz, though, and learn you don't need to do that. You can effectively control space and distance without playing like a bum. So we're seeing more of the same as we start round 6. And it looks like King is being a bit more aggressive to start this round. Caught a couple of jabs from Martinez there for his troubles, but he's walking forward more now, looking like he's trying to find that finish perhaps. He seems to be in a good position to do so, Rob. He's put in a lot of great work in these first 5 rounds.
Yeah, and that's really smart because sometimes players will wait a little too late, maybe 8 or 9 or 10 to really start putting the pressure on, stepping on the gas pedal. But this is round number 6, and he's already kind of sensing that he's tired. Maybe he's got some cornermen looking at the screen. He's like, yo, you got to put the pressure on now, and that's what you want to see from an experienced player like King, putting on that gas.
Absolutely. Both these guys doing great with the catching and countering, but once again, the footwork of King Diaz is what's really jumping out to me, man. I mean, he's able to get those back steps off right before the shot gets there, able to get back in range, land his own offense, and back out before, the opponent swings back. So, I mean, it's really just a masterclass in timing and footwork right now. But, on the opposite end of things, if you are the woke sports fan, you're going to be watching this back, there's plenty to learn here, and you've done a lot of good things, like you landed some good shots whenever he is coming in, but there's just a couple of adjustments that would need to be made going forward. Again, not a denigration, just what I'm witnessing,
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely some adjustments, not using so much stamina early. I still think he's winning this fight just based on, like, every time King's coming in, he's getting met with a couple of punches. He's eating punches, but he's doing so well with the jab and that lead hook. King, I mean, Frank, you are the king, but you're Frank.
Call me by my title. It's fine.
No problem, King. And man, it just seems like maybe, I don't know. It's a good fight though, huh? I mean, he's eating damage. What do you think?
He's eating damage, but he's never once giving up. He's never like, just standing in the corner turtling. He's never going into any of those techniques I mentioned in the last round break.
Right,
He's not trying to spam uppercuts or hit the back step straight. Seriously, stop it. We don't like it.
It's physically impossible to throw a straight going backwards like that, Frank. Tell him.
100%.
No one's even doing that. It's like we're calling people out. They're not even doing it. Here we go, though. Talk about that judging right there.
I'm gonna be honest. If you flip the names, it makes sense. But like, other than that,
that's what I'm saying, Frank. It's because I think Woke Sports Fan is hitting them so much. Like the output is there. He's finding his target. Maybe it's not the most efficient, but he is landing.
Exactly. You use the two words perfectly. The output is there. The efficiency is not. I mean, hey, but if he's able to win this fight on output, I mean, it's happened before, right?
Yeah.
Some judges look for aggression. Some look for, how many punches you land. Others look for defensive acumen and, footwork, ring control, things like that. Now I think those second judges would be, on the other side of the fence. But as you've mentioned, Woke Sports Fan is still swinging, still landing a lot on these entrances. Got a good left hand in there. Got a good right there as King is trying to back out. It's just a matter of, from where I sit, I would lean more on the side of efficiency.
Right. And who knows, maybe the other judges are in agreement with you. One thing I am noticing is that stamina bar is halfway at this point. So around 7, 8, 9, 10, he's pretty much completely gassed out. That was a beautiful, what was that? That was a beautiful shot. I was looking at the health.
Left straight, power straight, because he rocked his head all the way back. And I mean, that's what he's going to need more of, maybe start looking for quality over quantity, right? Just try and get one huge counter shot whenever you see him coming in, as opposed to, trying to pepper out these hooks and these uppercuts. But it's a lot easier to say that from, sitting where we are as opposed to whenever you're in there.
100%. It's a totally different world in there when you're competing and you got the lights on you and people are watching. You got the commentators talking about you. My goodness, though, he is so tired at this point. Look at it. He's still throwing with just a sliver of stamina as we go into round number 8. That was a very important round because if Wokes took that, it could be 59, 56. So this is a crazy fight. This is developing very, very strangely here to round number 8, 9, and 10. I'm very curious. I'm just curious to see how is King going to. I feel like in this game it's kind of hard sometimes to swallow your opponent. In UFC you could trap, you could block break. In this game it seems like a little harder for me at least finish my opponents off.
No, I would agree with that entirely. From what in my experience, whenever you're ready to finish somebody, you try and throw combos, but I mean that's hit and miss quite literally. But right now, starting things off in round 8, obviously we know where Woke Sports Fan stamina is, but just to my naked eyes, it looks like Sugar Ray Leonard's starting to slow down a bit too. I don't know if he's slowing down to the degree of Martinez, but every little bit can help whenever you're, fighting that uphill battle to try to get back in this fight, Rob.
Yeah, man, I really wish we could see both stamina perspectives. That would be so cool, to see the heart rate as well, because it looks like Wokes his heart rate kind of slowed down a bit. He's kind of trying his best, but yeah, I don't know. King's got to come forward and steal these rounds here. It's very important.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he might be being a little bit too lax here in the closing rounds, because, I mean, that was a nice left hook. From where I sit, in my personal opinion, I'm not judging, obviously, but from where I sit, he's got this fight relatively in hand. And there's not really a need to take risks. And the way he's fighting right now, it looks like he's in agreement. But with the, scorecards we've seen at the bottom of the screen in the midst of these rounds, how hard would he be kicking himself if he's, fighting defensively like this in these last couple of rounds and then ends up letting the fight slip away?
Oh!
What?
And that's what he was waiting for. There it is. Yep. Slow and steady. Now he's coming forward. He's got the body rocked. Woke's almost going to be sat on the map, but no. He's able to survive, and that's big right there, because you don't want to 10-8 round at this point, Frank.
No, not at all. This fight is entirely too close, or too. It depends on whose card you're looking at, but this fight is potentially too close to let anything go to chance. So you got to try and go in and get those closing flurries. I was just a bit surprised, a little bit of desync there on the rocking punch, so I was a bit surprised to see it come up, and I can only imagine what was going through Woke's head as well.
Please do not land another shot and cannot get knocked down. And there it is, though. King finally having some real success. He's been fighting so well, so technical, so defensive, so economic with his stamina, but finally gets that rock in round number 8. Here we go, though. Round number 9, Frank. Can he keep it up? And it's looking like this round number 9 and 10 is going to be King's territory right now.
Yeah, I mean, if as long as he doesn't just go out there and start swinging it air, right? Like, he should be able to more or less impose his will. Obviously, he keeps running into that straight left hand or that straight right whenever he's trying to enter. But if I'm in his shoes, I'm willing to take 1 or 2 of those to, you know, throw 4 or 5 or 6. You know, just at this point in the fight where he's got so little stamina, like you just saw, he threw 1 punch and then already his stuff was flashing. So if I'm in Leonard's shoes, I'm going to try and let him throw 1 of those, maybe even eat it, and then go straight to the body, lather, rinse, repeat until we're out of here, you know?
That is a great shot, and you'd be very clean after that. Smelling good. King looking good, though. And, yeah, I mean, this is just the same round again and again, kind of. King, you know, putting on the pressure. Ooh, look at that duck.
That was a nice
Couple
slip.
good,
Yeah,
that was slick. That was nice stuff from King. And it looks like Martinez, WokeSportsFan, is having some real trouble generating any offense, but he's still sticking with his game plan, just throwing punches every time King comes near him, and he's landing. He is landing.
He is. It's just from what I can tell, right? Woke prefers to fight on the back foot, and Diaz never really gave him much of an opportunity to do that in this fight. You know, he was doing a great job of standing his ground in the middle, number 1, in the early rounds. And then also, man, he's doing a great job right now with these counters. Those left hands coming over top, but that right might have been changing things up for him. But then again, whenever you look again, you see the head health indicator just letting you know that he is very close to being rocked. And you know, with 2 seconds left before we go into the final round, it's looking like this is you know, King Diaz's fight to lose. But we've seen crazier things here in the Esports Fight League. This is still a combat sports, you know, scenario. 1 punch can change everything, Rob. Here we as we enter round 10. I almost said 12. I can't count. They're still trying to teach me. As we enter this final round, there is still a chance for Woke, but I mean, you got to think with every second that's passing, that window's getting smaller and smaller.
Well, according to the CompuBox, box, he's up 3 rounds right now, and he just won round number 9. Do what you want with that, but here we go. And I really think, I implore King here just to try his best to take out Woke Sports Fan. He does not want this to go to the judges. And look at that stamina pool. I mean, he has everything there. The table is set. Just needs to feast.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I was saying a couple of rounds ago. If this fight goes to a decision and he loses, bro, it's going to be shadow boxing, and I can't blame him. But that's just what it is, you know? Like we had said, he's landing a lot. And if you don't want to...
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, now, try and finish him so you ain't even got to worry about it. You can make me look like an idiot right here. Finish the fight.
Bang! Oh, my goodness.
So, he is getting out of there on a prayer. That's it. There's nothing else. He just prayed his way out of that. Somebody's looking out for him.
Definitely. The angels of Undisputed are blessing the Woke Sports Fan, because he was on ice skates right there. It's just hard sometimes. King was trying to put the finishing touches, but every time he lands clean now with that stamina low, King, it's doing so much damage.
Yeah, and he's also doing a great job cutting off the ring as he's making his approaches. You know, you see him doing everything he can to corner in this game. Obviously, you know, cornering's not in the state where we want it to be in Undisputed, but you know, it's in a better place than it was, and he's doing a great job with what he has been presented in keeping Woke Sports Fan from getting away. I mean, he's doing everything physically possible, right, to try and end this fight. It's just a bit difficult at this current moment. And also, you know, Woke Sports Fan's doing a great job of just getting the hell out of Dodge.
Woke's like, yo, I saw the CompuBox box. I'm good. I'm up 3. Cross my fingers. Hope to say a few Hail Marys. And here we go. We're going to see the winner. And there it is.
Okay. And
the judges agree with you, Frank.
Yeah, taking this decision, I would very, very much like to see what the official scorecards look like, because the guy in the middle of the fight, whoever's scoring at the bottom of the screen, was leading me all kinds of astray personally.
He's playing with our heart and playing with our emotions. There you
Goodness.
go.
And boxing judging, ladies and gentlemen, at its finest. We see Joseph Moore giving the fight to WokeSportsFan 96-94. Ryan Bennett giving it to Diaz 100-90. And then Mikhail Kuznetsov giving it to Sugar Ray
Nice
98-95. Thank you. I made it up. These guys, very close fight, honestly, especially whenever you look at the judges' scorecards.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's just the efficiency.
Look at the stamina difference, Frank, on the right there. Look at how much he still had.
Oh my God.
He had a lot, man.
He did, but the health is way closer than you would think.
Definitely.
Fantastic way to get this card started, man. Those guys wanted to get after it, and they did. So, congratulations, of course, to SVG King 12 Diaz. Great win. He's going to be getting those points and moving on to the next fight. We're going to have Pablo Grips taking on Uncle Talent. And what do you have for both of us? What do you have for us about both of these guys, Rob?
I've got some good information on both of these guys. Basically, Pablo Grips versus Uncle Talents. Pablo Grips, an ex-esports Fight League UFC competitor, live event attendee, lost to JMMA in a very close decision in week 1. Uncle Talent, 0-1, was defeated by Addict, 85, who we're going to see against BoneDoinWork tonight. We're also going to see JayMMA versus Lozo tonight, so don't miss those ones. Both of these guys up-and-coming boxing prospects, and they're both looking to get a W here today, Frank, and they both, they thirsty. They thirsty for it.
Absolutely. So we're going to see whose thirst is quenched here in the battle of Sugar Ray versus Sugar Ray. This won't be confusing for us at all, Rob. I guarantee it. Did you happen to catch which one was which sugar?
I didn't, but this fight is sweet.
Let's go. This fight is sweet, absolutely. Well, of course, like you had mentioned in the last fight, we'll get to see who's who once we actually get in here and get settled. Shout out to Steel City, by the way, because these arenas are gorgeous. This one is probably one of my favorites in the game. The Kirito Arena. I think my personal favorite is the Empire one, the outside during the day specifically. But there's just so much, so many pretty arenas. All the fighters look great as we see Sugar Ray Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard getting ready to take their place in the squared circle and do their business. Jimmy Lennon Jr. looking crisp as always.
Beautiful. And speaking of feeling good, looking good, if you are interested, ladies and gentlemen, it's sponsored by the commercial food equipment service industry, and it is booming. You can start your career in this field without going to college or making, and you'll make a lot of good money. Learn more from our sponsor's website, www.cfesa.com, or scan one of the QR codes shown. We're going to show this a little bit later. Just wanted to give them a little plug, and here we go. Fight number 1, Sugar Ray. It's What a Genius, 42 on the left there, Frank, and twitch.tv, Uncle Talent on the right, Sugar Ray Robinson. Let's get it.
Right. First thing that's jumping out to me from Uncle Talent's side, I'm seeing a lot of lateral movement from Sugar Ray Robinson. And I like it because I personally also like to implement the lateral fighting, the lateral movement into my fighting. I just like giving your opponent something else to think about as he lands a huge jab on an advancing Sugar Ray Leonard. Getting the first big shot of the fight here. Yeah, no, I enjoy giving my opponent something else to think about with the angles of where the punches are going to come from and that whole thing. But
ooh. Okay.
Nice uppercut there from Sugar Ray Leonard. Getting some body shots going. Both these guys looking to try and put that water in the basement early. As we saw in the last fight, it makes a huge difference going into those later rounds.
It does. How much stamina was depleted. Ooh, tags him. Genius finding his range a little bit. Ooh, couple body shots as well, moving well. And it seems like Uncle Talent's kind of standing his ground.
Yeah, both these guys were trading in the pocket there for a minute. What I like from Genius is he was going to the rib cage, just to make sure that, hey, if we are going to keep doing that, it ain't going to last long.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Look at this. It's a totally different pace, totally different range. They're kind of in a gunfight at times, daring each other to throw, using a lot of head movement, but not too much footwork.
Yeah, and it's always interesting, right, seeing the differences between fighters and their styles. Like you said, last fight was a lot of footwork. This one is more just, where's the head movement? The defensive footwork and slips and what have you. Oh my goodness, Sugar Ray Robinson is just letting them go at the end of the round one. But you can also
watch that stamina.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you can see that stamina bar is also going with it. But a huge, what was that, 6-punch flurry there towards the end of the round? That's got to be something that'll stand out to the judges. Maybe. We don't know what they're seeing. So
a sick round number one.
Absolutely.
Oh, look.
Great round one.
His controller. It's not working, Frank.
Now,
and the respect from Uncle Talent. He's not.
I was just about to say, is there
taking
honor among thieves?
Oh, now he's back. That's some sportsmanship right there, eh?
That is. Shout out to Uncle Talent, man, because I can't tell you how many times I've been in Pablo's situation where my controller dies and then somebody just starts teeing off on me. Shout out to you not doing that. But as we see, Pablo Grips just kind of content to chill in the corner and just fire back. And it's Robinson who actually takes the first back step. I like that. You know, he's stuck in the corner. Forget about it. This is the hand I'm dealt. Let's deal.
Woo! Slick striking. He's looking on point. Is Uncle Talent. Oh man, here we go in the pocket. Still just throwing down, testing each other's defense, testing each other's reaction speed. And another big shot landed on Genius. Frank, I think Uncle Talent is getting the better of these exchanges.
Yeah, at the moment he is, but there is
intense violence.
A lot going on here on that screen. Both these guys are standing in the pocket, trading, exchanging, and just willing to do whatever it takes to get out of here with that victory. But
ooh, very nice. I'm loving these. Yeah, we're still watching the fight. You guys can't see, but we're about to come right back. Just a little bit of an ad technical difficulty. And here we go, guys. We're back. 30 seconds left. You didn't miss anything, okay?
Except that knockdown. But we're not going to talk about the knocks. And Leonard trying to get some huge power left hands in there. It looks like one slipped into the body. And you're starting to see that stamina. Robinson starting to kind of slip away. You see, like I said, he threw that major flurry at the end of round one. And Pablo Grips is kind of taking note of that, putting it off to the side for later. That might be a surprise tool that comes in handy in a minute when we need it.
Ooh, number 3. Here we go. And it's a very different fight than the last one, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly. And that's what I like so much about this boxing game is every fight is so unique. And he just seems, what a genius, Frank, just seems kind of content standing near that corner. And then he'll kind of move, shuffle a little bit, stand his ground, and they're just trading. It's a beautiful thing to see.
It is. I like, there's some mental chess going on in that, right? Because you're standing in the corner, you're almost like in a wounded animal position, right? You're like, oh, I don't want to be. And then they step forward looking for that kill. You fire off 3-4 counters, and then they're looking. Oh my God! They're looking at the whole situation differently, like we just saw there. 3 crisp punches landed from Sugar Ray Leonard, including a major right hook to the body. That's going to give Robinson something to think about as this fight goes on.
Yes, it is, and I know he's thinking about a lot right now because Uncle Talent is looking smooth in there. He's kind of popping out that jab, Frank. You saw that right hook land flush, and it looks like he's starting to get heated up a little bit. Look at these punches. Oh my goodness. What a Genius trying to respond, but it's not as good.
Yeah, but I am liking Genius's timing, right? Like he's waiting for Talent to throw all of his shots, and then he's trying to look for those body shots just to really maximize that stamina loss, maximize the damage there. He's landed some good counters. It's just a matter of will he be able to land the right one before that 1,000th cut lands, right? Because it seems very much like Uncle Talent's fighting that death by 1,000 cut style. Not really throwing much power, but landing great counters to the body and eating a huge These guys are throwing, man. They just keep landing huge counters on each other whenever I'm trying to talk about the other one.
Yeah, they're going back and forth, landing big, picture-perfect shots, snapshot shots, and this fight, I don't know if this one's going to last the distance because they are touching each other's chins, smashing each other's bodies. And it's a very interesting strategy from What a Genius because you would think Sugar Ray Leonard is so good with his movement, but he's kind of just like, come on in, I'm going to block, like you said, stay patient, try to find my timing, but I just don't think it's working out for him. I think Uncle Talent is dominating. In my opinion, 30-27 as well from the comp box, Frank, and here we go, round number 4. There it is.
There we go, round number 4.
Interesting.
Yeah, that might have, I don't know if that was a forfeit, maybe a disconnection.
A surrender, a disconnection? What's going on here, Frank?
I can speak from my experience with having a potato for a computer and not the best internet this side of the Mississippi, that sometimes the round will start, and if I'm trying to, like, if I try switching to loose movement, sometimes the game just disconnects. I don't. Maybe that's what happened there. I don't. I would. I would very much like to know what exactly happened there because I would like to see them run it back and see if we can get a full comprehensive fight out of these two. Because they look like things were just starting to heat up there, Rob.
Yeah, that fight was hot, man. You know, I was getting a little sweaty. I was starting to beat up on the top because I was really enjoying the exchanges between these two very interesting style from our boys in there, and just unfortunate because like, what do you do in this situation? Obviously, one guy's up probably 3-0, 4-0. Are you gonna reset the fight? The guys in the back have their hands full. Good thing we don't have to make those decisions. We just have to sit here and look good, like you said, right, Frank?
Absolutely, and I am struggling my ass off trying, but we're we're getting everything figured out in the back. From what I understand, they're saying that they are trying to run it back. We're just getting all that set up. We don't know exactly what happened on the last one. We're just trying to move forward so we can get back to the action because, like we were saying, man, that fight was really starting to get going. An interesting clash of styles, and I think everybody out there wants to see, wants to see that thing all the way through, right?
Yeah, I want to see that thing all the way through, Frank. And
And
also,
you're the only
guys,
one I can hear, so
that's good. Yep, we can only hear each other. We could come and probably check in on the esports Filey chat. Hope you guys are all doing good in the chat. Shout out to you, and make sure you guys can get the predictions and bet your points on every fight. I'm pretty sure Boiler is running that in the chat. Shout out to Big B.
So if you haven't done so already and you are checking us out on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're feeling generous, you can subscribe. We always appreciate that. But we always love to have you guys' support, and make sure you follow so you can stay up to date on all of your esports fight league events. We're gonna have Undisputed. I believe we're having an entire season of Undisputed, and there's gonna be some ESFLW sprinkled in there. And of course, there'll be a return to the MMA side of things. When that comes. So make sure that you stay followed and keep your notifications on, all that good stuff, so you always know what we're up to.
Turn on those bells. All right, let's go. Fight of the night is for money, ladies and gentlemen. You get a little bit of money, not a lot, a little bit. Who knows how much? But I mean, you're getting paid for your production. You're getting paid for your highlight performances, Frank. I mean, that is exciting. What an exciting time to be a esports fighter, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you can win money, but you guys are going to
We
be the
picking
ones that
it.
are.
Dang,
Oh, I'm
Frank.
sorry.
We got money in our hands and decisions to be made.
I'm not good with decisions or money. Let's see what happens.
That's pretty
No,
exciting,
yeah,
though. Look, ten
it's
dollars
very
to each of
exciting.
the fighters in a fight of the night, Frank.
It's very exciting. Like you said, we have the opportunity to choose. That's too much power for us, but we're gonna do what we can with it and not try to grievously misuse it to just give the money to us. We're gonna make sure that one of you guys out there gets it for putting on these great performances. We had a bit of a mistake. We're gonna do it live on air for you guys as well. We had a bit of a mistake earlier where we thought that the fight of the night gets an extra point. No, you don't get the extra point, but you
Okay.
get money. So
Ah,
six in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
okay. Well, that's okay. I mean, I'm thinking the money is probably
I
a
would
little
take the
bit better
money
than the
too. Yeah,
points, right?
this
Go
is
get
get
yourself
that.
a nice burger, get yourself a shake after take your girl. She's like, "Oh, how'd you get this money?" Because I just kicked some booty in the esports fight league and I got knocked out of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
You
right. I
think
think
your
we're
lady
moving
loves you
on, huh?
now? Tell her you got that knockout of the night money.
Oh. Yep. I mean, what would you buy with like $10 after a big win in the ESFL, Frank? What would your I would say a Big Mac meal.
I
Big
was
Mac
just
meal.
about to say a Big
No
Mac. You said I
way.
got that Big 10. I'm also gonna keep it a stack. There's a McDonald's like 3 minutes from the crib, so
Dang.
I frequent that joker. I mean, it's right there. So if I get that hot $10, I'm about to go get a hot meal. This is me
Drive
personally. I
through or
also
walk in? Drive through or walk in?
depends on the day of the week. Depends on
Ooh,
how
okay.
how
The
they're looking.
weather.
Also, I'm not a walk-in kind of guy, right? This might be me being Hollywood. I'm a curbside individual. You feel me? So if I pull up and the drive-through line is too long, bump that. I'm gonna go sit in spot one. Y'all come to me.
There
That's
you
just
go.
how I look at things.
And I heard I hear actually that the drive-through is quicker if you do the drive-through because they like focus on the drive-through more than the people coming in. But I don't know. That might just be rumor, Frank.
Also, make sure you download. Oh, make sure you download the McDonald's app and save yourself some money. All right, we're going into fight 3 now. I
Here we
believe
go.
we've got that set up. We got kyoungbutta taking on wordlife, and it looks like Youngbutta gonna be rocking Ricky Hatton. So look for plenty of body
Ooh.
shots from him. And then we've got wordlife taking on the human tank Amir Khan. This guy can take all of the punishment that I've been able to dish out whenever I fought him online, Rob, and he just doesn't go anywhere.
Yo, you're talking you're talking Ricky Hatton
I'm
dishing
talking
out?
Amir Khan, but
Oh,
also,
Amir
yeah,
Khan?
Ricky Hatton ain't going nowhere either.
Dang. Yeah, so Amir Khan just has a little bit of a weaker chin, but you're saying his body health is on fire?
Yeah, I'm saying that for
Mm,
whatever reason, he's got a weaker chin, but
yep.
whenever I hit him, no, he doesn't.
Ah, I see, I see. Oh, we're 1.5 damage modifier, stamina modifier. I got you. Okay. I thought it was 1.25. Okay, here we go. We're a little bit stuck here. We're gonna come back to us. You know,
Yeah,
we're just hanging out
give them a
today,
little
guys.
time. We're kicking it. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining the Frank and
Hmm.
Rob podcast. We're gonna
True.
have more episodes coming for you at a later date to be announced on a later platform. Anyway, we're just like I said, trying to get everything straightened out. Obviously, you know, I mentioned earlier this is an early access game. There are still some hiccups, so please just bear with us. Give us your patience, your grace, and well, your money if you're so inclined.
Yo, you are really engaged with the money right now, bro. You want some of that money, don't you? You want to get a knock. You might have to jump in and kick some booty to get one
I
of these
might have
knockouts here.
to. I'm getting married next week. I need all the money I
Oh,
can get. So
congratulations.
thank you, thank you. And like I was saying earlier, you think your girl loves you now? Wait till I pull up to the wedding talking about I got that knockout of the night money, babe. She goes,
Yeah, something to write home about. Talking about these
absolutely.
fights, though, I gotta break this one down, and we
For
gotta
sure,
spend a
please.
little bit of time on this because Kyoungbutta versus wordlife. I mean, this is main event material. So you guys are kind of getting a treat tonight because Kyoungbutta, top 8 finalists at the Esports Fight League live event, talented, good-looking individual against another talented, good-looking individual, wordlife. He's got his girlfriend. He finished college and he is here to kick some booty and chew bubblegum. And he's all out of bubblegum here, Frank. And these two are both 0-1. Kyoungbutta lost to Lozo, and wordlife lost to BoneDoinWork in a fight of the night contender fight. And here we go. We're gonna jump right back into the fight. Frank, you ready?
Absolutely, man. Let's
Let's
get
go.
things going. I'm ready to see what these two are bringing to the table. Like you said, both of them coming off a loss to very high level competitors. Nothing to hang your head about, but it is also always going to be a little bit of extra fire, right? Trying to get yourself back into that win column after
Mm,
taking a tough loss.
very true, very true. And you cannot be, desperate. You need to be cool, calm, and collected in there. And here we go. We're outside. The crowd is hyped, and we're getting these fighters in. And chat, who do you think's going to win? What are your predictions? Is it going to be wordlife, the talented striker, or is it going to be Kyoungbutta, the talented striker? Two talented strikers colliding, the striker's delight. Here we go.
Who do you think's gonna shoot for the first takedown here, Rob? Wait.
Probably wordlife.
Here we go. Starting things off, both guys trying to get to the center of the ring. You see Khan popping that jab out. wordlife is trying to start things off. And you see him going to the body early, too. You would think that Hatton would be the first one to go to the body, but makes up for that with that liver shot. I feel like that is going to be something to keep an eye on this entire fight, Rob. That left hook to the body from Ricky Hatton, because Lord knows it is dangerous.
I am watching out for it. There it is again.
And
wordlife is and another one. And wordlife is so defensive in both of their fights last week. I believe both of these guys performed really, really well. It was just, unfortunate on the judges' scorecards. Their opponent kind of rallied at the end, and now they're very motivated to get this one. Round number 1 underway, and they're both fighting pretty well, digging to that body, Frank.
Yeah, Hatton digging to the body early, but I also noticed wordlife already starting to fire back some uppercuts in response. We'll see if he's able to time one of those and really do some major damage on it. Doing a good job blocking the body thus far. We see that seems to be the strategy that Kyoungbutta is looking to implement. Will he be able to break through and get some damage to the body, or will he look to mix things up and change his style as this fight progresses?
Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of defensive awareness from both of these guys, especially wordlife. Every time Kyoungbutta goes near him, his block is high. does not want to get hit. He wants to protect that chin. He's willing to take a couple body shots, like you said. And just they're both kind of feeling each other out here.
Right. And that's one thing you don't see this too often. Good Lord.
Uh-oh.
A huge flurry of
They're
hooks there from
swinging.
Butta. As I'm saying, you don't see this too often in UFC. Both guys taking the time to get to know one another. But of course, as I'm saying it, they're just like, nah, just throw hooks. But both guys landing huge damage here in the closing seconds of round one. Very close round to start things off, Rob.
Yeah, very, very close. Both these guys super evenly matched. It seems like kyoungbutta maybe using more of his like movement, his head movement, swiveling around a little bit more, while wordlife kind of standing there with the stone wall shield of Amir Khan's arms, kind of blocking everything and really popping that left jab.
Yeah. And one thing I've noticed thus far, it seems like Khan is more willing to use more of his tools. Huge body uppercut right there as I'm speaking on it. But, I'm seeing a lot of hooks and a lot of straights from Hatton. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. But, I'm seeing more uppercuts and just different shots coming from different directions from Amir Khan. We'll see if that continues as this fight goes on. Some good body shots landing in the middle of that exchange for Ricky Hatton. Both guys just trading, both guys landing in the middle of the ring.
Lot of nice shots being landed. Beautiful left hook. Oh man, that was stepping straight right to the dome, and that kind of cocked back wordlife's face, and they're swinging in the middle here.
Yeah, and it looks like kyoungbutta getting the better of these exchanges right now. Just getting the timing better, right? Just landing some of those shots, getting those flashes, just like we saw from the right hand of Amir Khan right there. But he's getting a lot of those counters, which are huge on the judges' scorecards. We'll see just how much of a factor that plays as we continue to go forward.
Yeah, wow. I'm really looking at wordlife, and he's starting out, these combos with that straight punch, the jab, and he's just comboing that lead hook off of it, the right body hook. I mean, he's looking really good in there, wordlife is. And not to say kyoungbutta is not looking good, but I just think wordlife is taking this round.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. This round in particular, but then again, man, it seems like every shot that wordlife lands, Butta answers. There's no... Every time one person gets a counter shot, the other one's landing one within seconds. You don't... Nobody's getting ahead in this fight so far that I'm seeing.
Yeah, it is very, very close. I love when they get close like this. No one really moving too much. They're just kind of throwing, trying to find the shot that will penetrate the defense. Oh man, here we go.
Oh man, this is the boxing that we love, right, Rob? Like just both guys standing on a napkin and saying who's gonna fall first.
Yep, that's what you want to see. That's what you pay the big bucks to see the show for. Esports Fight League. wordlife and kyoungbutta both really, talented and popular, fighters. People want to come see these guys fight, and I'm having a good time here, Frank.
Yeah, you can see exactly why they want to come see them fight whenever they put on performances like this, right?
Yeah. Technical, but not scared, aggressive technicians. Ooh, I got a little lead uppercut.
Right?
Controlled chaos. Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that by wordlife, kind of just popping them and then moving out the way.
Doing a great job landing these uppercuts whenever they show themselves, but also not forcing the issue either.
Yeah, it's just eloquent out there. I'm loving this.
Absolutely. But again, you're seeing Butta's not being discouraged. He's still, walking forward, still looking for his own offense and still finding it on occasion. It's just right now in this round, seems like wordlife is starting to take maybe that step forward, but on cue, 2 huge counters from Hatton in a big flurry, and that could just put him right back on even footing. You got to wonder how much longer Khan's going to keep this up, because that stamina bar is starting to run away from him pretty quickly.
He's got to be very careful when he's throwing with that stamina bar all the way depleted, because he will get rocked by Ricky Hatton. Look at this. Oh, wow. kyoungbutta.
He's starting to feel
putting out. Yeah. He's putting on the Butta. I mean, he's looking smooth out there, starting to, that last fight last week, he might have started a little too late with the aggression, and this fight looks like he's making that adjustment. He's really throwing. Oh, he connects on wordlife.
Yeah, you saw wordlife was still trying to just, fight his way out of that bad situation, and my
down
goodness,
he
goes down.
Frank, talk to me, Frank.
Out of the day goes to kyoungbutta, comes off of a major surge right there towards the end of the round. Like I said, Khan was starting to try to find his offense. He was staying in the pocket a little bit too long, and then one body shot from Hatton started that entire flurry, and then he just kept it going, kept the pressure up, and swarmed him until he fell over. And now Khan's got a lot to think about going into round, I believe, what, 4?
Yeah.
Into round 4. He's been knocked down. His stamina is not in the best place. What does he have to do right now to come back and put himself on a good foot to start round 4, Rob?
I think wordlife needs to stay disciplined, not let that change his game plan. Don't, let it get to him, because when you get knocked down, especially under the bright lights, it could mess up your mental fortitude. But if he just sticks with his game plan and stays away from the brawls on the inside with Amir Khan's weaker chin, I think he's going to do really well. But you're seeing kyoungbutta really activate in round number 3, activate early in this fight, and he's just throwing a barrage of punches right here. This is where you got to be careful with your word life. Look at this.
Yeah, I mean, 5 shots, I think 4 of them landed. 2 huge hooks to the body. All of those doesn't look like much right now, but of course, like, the accumulation of this damage, of these strikes as this fight goes on, man, it's not looking, I'm not gonna say not looking good for wordlife, because I mean, the guy is incredibly talented and skilled. He can, if somebody can figure out how to get out of this hole, it would be him. But right now, kyoungbutta is flowing. I mean, in a great position in this fight, and looking to just keep that pressure and that momentum up, Rob.
Yeah. Ooh, vicious body shots
Massive.
on wordlife, and he's staying in range, kind of keeping those hands up, maybe a Mexican style here from kyoungbutta, just putting on the pressure. And I think wordlife looks so good and fights so well when he kind of stays disciplined, uses his footwork, Frank, stays at range, and kind of pops him with those long straight punches, a straight lead hook, the jab, body shot. I mean, he needs to get back to that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you had said, he's having his success more so on the outside. Oh my!
Oh,
say that he landed
snapped
3 or
him.
4 big ass shots, like huge uppercut to the body, left hook to the head. But of course, he catches a left hook from Hatton on the way out for his troubles. But man, he's doing a great job getting into the pocket. I think he's just kind of biting down on the mouthpiece, saying "bump it" and just throwing, man. So
I'm loving these exchanges. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm loving these little exchanges, a little pocket of flurries throughout these fights where both guys are just like, all right, let's go. Let's throw down. I'm ready. And look at the head movement from kyoungbutta. The pull counters are very well, and he's kind of using that left and right. I mean, those side steps, and the block is so low on wordlife, which he's been relying on so heavily, Frank. It's getting deteriorated in there.
It is, and it looks like Butta's, I'm not gonna say aware of that, but he seems to know that block can't be, I mean, he knows what he's doing to it. So you see him trying to keep that pressure on, and just, it almost looks like he's trying to punch into the block. He's not necessarily worried about if he gets his hands up, because, well, all right, I'll just keep punching those.
For sure, and his distance and time. Ooh, here comes wordlife, though. A couple big connections, and it just seems like the timing from kyoungbutta is there. The distance is there. In the first couple of rounds, he was having some trouble, but now he's drawn wordlife into this close pocket, like on a napkin, like you said. They're fighting so close, right?
Yes, I love it. I haven't meant that enough. But these guys are just, I mean, they're both looking for a fight, right? Oh my goodness, huge 3-piece right there. He got the biscuits on the side. He gave him the right hook up top, the left to the body, and then the right finished it off. And now that's the second time wordlife's gone down in this fight. Looks like he's gonna be able to get up at 7, but he's got some work to do here, Rob.
Yeah, he's in some big trouble, especially against a killer, a predator, if you will, against kyoungbutta, who smells blood in the water. He's like a shark in there. Jaws is coming. Can wordlife harpoon him?
But yeah, no, I mean, he's just circling, like you said. He knows it's time. He can go out there and put the finishing touches on this fight right now. But again, that's probably where wordlife is the most dangerous. You know you're down on the cards. What do you have to lose now, right? So he might just be looking to swing back as hard as he can. Lands a nice body uppercut in there. Good hooks too, but man, every time he's starting to get things going, Butta's able to just interrupt him or distract him with a shot to the body. And that's the thing I'm noticing. He's going to the body a lot in the middle of these combos, and just, as I mentioned in the previous fight, maximizing the stamina drain that he is getting from these shots. Huge left hook counter to start the round here from kyoungbutta.
Just amazing stuff here from kyoungbutta. And wordlife still so dangerous. He's got to be careful, but it doesn't matter. He's coming forward. He's putting on that pressure. He learned from his first fight, and he has made the adjustments. He's made the improvements, and now wordlife is in the shark tank right now, and kyoungbutta is on the assault.
He is, but man, one thing to say about wordlife that can't be said enough: the poise under pressure is pretty nice. He's doing a great job of not getting away from his game plan, not getting too rattled or too worried about, what's going on. He's still in there, still fighting, and looking for his shot, looking for his opportunity to turn this thing around. And, like we had mentioned earlier, you got to admire the mental fortitude of somebody who's able to, not get rattled in a situation like this.
For sure. That's a great point because wordlife has been in so many big fights, so many experiences, and that's coming to fruition here right before our eyes is his ability to stay mentally focused, keep that fortitude, and even when he's getting beat up. But my goodness, look at these exchanges again and again inside the pocket. And wordlife is not turtling up, huh, Frank? He's still letting those hands go.
Absolutely. He is fighting like this is a Rocky movie and he's the protagonist. I mean, he is taking the damage, sure, but he is never once just content to stand there and take it or just try and get out of range. Every time he's getting hit, he's trying to answer, he's trying to fire back, and more often than not, he's able to do so. It's just a matter of the accumulation of the body shots of kyoungbutta starting to take their toll as we are 20 seconds from round 7 here, Rob.
20 seconds from round 7, and I'm watching wordlife. Looks like he's really trying to set up that right uppercut in his combinations, really catch Ricky Hatton with that power right uppercut. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 3 seconds left. Can he get a knockdown? No.
No, but very close. I mean, listen, like you were saying, wordlife was trying to find that right uppercut. Looked like he almost had it, but then kyoungbutta, Ricky Hatton, just dicing him up there at the end of the round, man. Very close on the scorecards, though, for certain.
Very close. Look at it, Frank.
What we're seeing, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, wordlife took that round in one of the judges' scorecards, so that's huge. Take round number 6 after getting knocked down, and he got rocked in that round. I mean, that's a blessing. And here we go, round number 7. A couple jabs, right hook lands, left hook lands for kyoungbutta. They are exchanging.
Yeah, he's throwing big right hands in that pocket there, is wordlife. He's trying to just, make up that distance and the damage quickly. He knows that he is taking some hits, and he's trying to give them all back at once. And for the most part, he's doing a bad job of it as we see that right uppercut slip through.
No, he is not. Starting to find his rhythm, finding his groove again in round number 7. And these rounds are so important because 7, 8, 9, and 10, if he can win these rounds, that's the fight. But kyoungbutta looks like he's slowing down a little bit here. We can't see his stamina, but these flurries are not as vicious besides that last one. My goodness.
It's funny. It's just as soon as you say something, oh, he's slowing down, 5-punch combo just gets ripped off like nothing.
Yeah, block, Frank.
Oh, I see it. I was just about to mention that. He's got those hands up, but he might want to start looking to get out of there. Or just do what he's doing. Every time it seems like his block is almost done, he just throws. Instead of worrying about dodging, okay, well, you can't hit me if you're getting hit in the mouth, so I'm just going to swing back.
I wonder what Amir Khan's block is because it seems to have the durability. It's just like that short-term durability keeps getting tested, but I mean, look, it's still in the green, looking good. So, I mean, stamina's kind of depleting though. wordlife is, but still just fire. Oh my goodness, these power punches from kyoungbutta on the inside are disgusting.
So are those though. He just threw like 4 uppercuts in a row, looking like Rock'em Sock'em robots. Oh my goodness!
Connected on the way out.
Both these guys seemingly landing at will.
Yes, they are. Good defense from both these guys, but man, the offense, they're both just two talented offensive fighters, great stand-up practitioners, and they're really displaying it for us right here in round number 8. Here we go, Frank.
100%. I think the funniest thing, right, is both these guys are excellent at being defensively responsible when they want to be, right? And you can see almost the switch just get flicked, and they're like, all right, yeah, no, forget defense, we're throwing now. And that makes for a very entertaining fight. Don't get me wrong. I really do appreciate that. It's just interesting to see that, right? Because like in situations like that, when wordlife wants to get out of the pocket and not take damage, he's able to do that. But whenever he wants to stand in there and throw, he'll just go do that too. It's just a fun dichotomy.
He just is mixing and matching it, so you don't really know what he's gonna do. Oh man, kyoungbutta still kind of coming forward. These guys are meeting each other in the middle again and again and again. Neither athlete wants to really back up. kyoungbutta kind of moving left, moving right, trying to stay out of the range of those, those straight punches, kind of maybe slip with that footwork. But wordlife landing some good shots here. These guys are.
Yeah, definitely. This is a great fight through 8. How are you seeing it so far, Rob?
Yeah, for sure. Kyoungbutta with those 10-8 rounds, 2 knockdowns. That rock, I'm sure he's ahead on big time on most of the judges' scorecards. So yeah, I'm giving it to Kyoungbutta. Pleasure seeing wordlife kind of slowing down a little bit. I can't see Kyoumbutta stamina, but wordlife, you saw those labored punches in round number 8, and this is gonna start heating up. I think Kyoungbutta is gonna come hard in round number 9 and 10.
Yeah, but it also kind of looks like Hatton's starting to slow down a little bit too. Is he, obviously, like you said, we can't see the stamina, but some of those punches are starting to look a bit more labored as we are in the later rounds. 15 seconds left in round 8. In a fight that is still on the table, but looks like is starting to go Kyoumbutta's way, and he's doing a great job just slipping around and just peppering shots to the body. I feel like that's a good strategy to implement here at the end of the fight, just to keep it in control.
100%. You're seeing the 39% head health on wordlife, 50% stamina. And Kyoungbutta at the end of that round, he was moving great with his footwork, left and right, mostly left, and he was throwing that power straight, or excuse me, the power jab. He's finding the chin of wordlife again. There's the power jab again.
He's doing a great job, because I think that might be partially right what is doing so much damage to the block of wordlife is that power jab. It can take pretty big chunks off your block health if you just let them keep coming. Go ahead.
For sure, definitely. And wow, straight punch lands for wordlife. And these are some big rounds here, round number 9 and 10, and they're still just in the pocket, just trying to find their way through their defense.
It's funny, right? Because, in a situation like this, you could, if you're Kyoungbutta, you could almost, oh my God, you could almost just try and, just stay out of the way of danger. But I don't think either guy knows how to fight any other way, right? They're both like, no, I'm going for the knockout. You can't stop me.
Yeah. 2 confident fighters standing toe-to-toe inside the phone booth. Both guys have their block up. Oh, man, the exchanges are so fun to watch.
Yes.
Oh, little jab, pepper.
This is very much a fight. These guys are fighting over a parking space. I love it.
They're angry.
Who's getting into the Waffle House first? That's what this fight is about.
They need their syrup and their butter, and also they need their money to pay for the parking here, Frank. So one of these guys needs to get a knockout for the 5-10 spot.
They just might need it.
Oh man, big punches by Kyoungbutta, kind of relying on the block there. wordlife throwing some good heat.
Both guys just toe-to-toe, refusing to move.
2
oh my goodness,
immovable objects, Frank.
with unstoppable forces on their wrists.
My goodness. Plodding forward, body shot lands from wordlife. The stamina is low, and now we're going into round number 10.
Round number 10, final round. 30% head health, or 30% health rather, and what was it, 46% stamina for wordlife. We can only guess what Kyoumbuttas numbers are, but I don't think either one cares, man. They're both, like I said, looking for that knockout, trying to get this victory as we enter this final frame.
Bang, left hook lands again. Left hook, right hook. I mean, so many hooks here. And also, the jabs are coming, not as much forward life in this final round. It looks like they're kind of just coming forward, touching each other's block, and just going, all right, what do you want, man? You go, I go.
Yeah, they're just very much, all right, your turn, my turn. Your turn.
It's a firefight. It's a gunfight, Frank.
Yeah, definitely. This looks like Chicago.
Dang, Amir Khan getting bodied, though, by Kyoungbutta.
Yeah, once Butta starts going to the body shots, you really see the effect that they have on Amir Khan's stamina, which already isn't great to begin with, as we've seen throughout this fight.
Yeah, the power punches being thrown out really gas you out. You got to be careful with those. Ooh, digs to the body, eats one, though, from wordlife. And now 1 minute remains in this fantastic, heated, aggressive fight. And here comes wordlife pushing the pace.
Yeah, pushing the pace, trying to get everything he can in his last 50 seconds, but eats a massive right hook from Hatton. Trying to get those body shots in now, and like you said, just marching forward, seeing if he can get the knockout. He's got, I was gonna say he had the damage indicator there, so he's got to be a little bit more careful.
Woo! Who had it?
20 seconds. Khan. wordlife.
Okay. Yeah, he's got to be careful. Bang, big right hand on the temple, partially blocked though. And,
10 seconds left.
And there's the final bell. They're exchanging. Oh, he's tired. Both guys are gassed.
Both guys gassed, but man, they left it all in the ring. Somehow we make it to a judge's scorecard, Rob, and kyoungbutta, Ricky the Hitman, hadn't able to pick up that victory. What are your thoughts on that fight, Bruce Lee, Rob?
My thoughts on that fight, the judging decision is the most anticlimactic thing I've ever seen. But they just raised their hand so quick. But so far, I mean, I thought it was a beautiful performance from kyoungbutta. I thought he learned a lot of good lessons, and I felt he was fighting an even more dangerous opponent than he was fighting last week in wordlife, and he was really able to kind of make his measurements early, Frank, and really put on the pressure, and he excelled in those exchanges inside of the pocket. But I also think wordlife did phenomenally. I mean, he was fighting so well with the long, straight punches and comboing off of them. I just think kyoungbutta just fought a little bit better tonight, and he showcased it.
I agree 100%. Not that, you know, wordlife, again, has anything to be ashamed of. I thought he put on a fantastic fight. Both those guys did. And to be honest, I thought the fight was a bit closer than the scorecards had it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a judge. But no, in all seriousness, though, both guys, fantastic work. Can't wait to see what both of them do you know, throughout the rest of this undisputed season. We are only in week 2 of the season, folks, so there's plenty of more action coming from the squared circle. You'll be able to check it out right here on ESFL on Sundays. And it looks like we have our next fight ready to go. Our next fight is actually our last fight, but we got to go back and make it right. We've got Pablo Grips taking on Uncle Talent, the Battle of the Sugar Rays. We again tried to bring this earlier, but now we're getting the redux. What were you saying, Rob? Sorry.
I was just gonna say we need Doc because we about to jump inside the DeLorean and go back in time to fight number 2.
I like it. I like it.
Here we go, though. We got the fight and we ready to go. Let's talk about this fight. Let's remind the people, you know, who's coming to smash each other inside of the ring.
Right. We got Pablo Grips using Sugar Ray Leonard taking on Uncle Talent using Sugar Ray Robinson. And as you had mentioned earlier, both these guys did end up losing close decisions last week. Both guys looking to right the ship, of course. Nobody wants to, you know, go into a 2-loss streak. So both these guys looking to really get that win back and just show off what they're capable of here in the ESFL.
Yeah, 100%. And we saw in that first fight, Uncle Talent seemed to be up. I mean, he was definitely up, you know, 3-0. He was coming forward. He was really using that footwork. And you saw what a genius employing the strategy to kind of stand inside of the corner and just wait for his opponent to approach. And I didn't think it was working out to his benefit. So maybe blessing in disguise that there was a disconnection.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, a lot of times it's one of the interesting things, right, about the virtual ring and the virtual octagon. Sometimes when things fall out in the middle, you'll see a completely different fighting style whenever they start things back up. It's almost like you get a free practice sparring session with your opponent first. But both those guys got that same amount of time, so we'll see who's able to implement that or if things just look exactly the same, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's find out. Both fighters are just kind of getting ready to get inside of this ring. And here we go, guys. Round number 1, Uncle Talent in the blue, What a Genius in the red.
And I believe What a Genius is an in-game name for Pablo Grips, unless my notes are incorrect. Wouldn't be the first time. But
Pablo Grips, a great striker, a phenomenal striker, an aggressive striker in UFC.
It's found funny. You were like, oh, right. Yeah, I know that guy.
Yep. You reminded me, man. I was like, wait, who's What a Genius, man?
And yeah, he's looking to show that aggression and that talent in his fighting style here as he was looking to get some shots to the body of Uncle Talent. But Talent doing a good job just floating around on the outside. And, you know, like we were saying, every fight is different here in the Esports Fight League because that last one, both guys standing on a napkin. Now, both these guys looking more content to try and, well, I was going to say try and stay at range, but as I'm saying that, they stand in the middle and start throwing to the body. We're going to see who's able to take that type of punishment longer, but right now, it looks like Talent's doing a better job of just mixing up the angles from which he's throwing, right? Throwing a lot of the sidestep hooks from both directions, just being more aggressive in general to start things off here in round one, Rob.
Yeah, speaking of general, his ring generalship is on point. He's continually pushing Pablo Grips into the corner, but Pablo Grips did fight JMMA last week. I believe Jay was Tyson Fury and he was Muhammad Ali, and he really connected with a straight, knocked down JMMA early in that fight and looked to, you know, maybe win that one, but Jay was able to come back. We're going to see Jay later on in this event, so stay tuned for that. But, yo, Pablo's got the ability to ignite on his opponent.
As he was starting to try and catch fire right there, he was letting Talent tire himself out a little bit. And again, what I'm liking out of these combos from Pablo, it looks like he's trying to tap up top and then really dig to the body. And we'll definitely see that starting to make its presence known, you know, as this fight gets into the later rounds, if it gets there.
I think it might. I don't think it's going to get there. I have a prediction, round 10 knockout, but see if that comes to fruition. Round 10 knockout. Mark it down, boys.
And if he's wrong, we all just need to point and laugh and ridicule him on screen. Right now, things are getting off to a good start for Pablo Grips. Again, able to start wearing that stamina down of Uncle Talent. You can see it every time he rips one of those body shots in there. It takes a big chunk out of the stamina bar. And that's, you know, just going to give him more and more to think about as this fight goes on.
Gotta watch out. Yeah, go ahead. All you, Frank. No, me? Okay, I was going to say the body shots are looking good, and then I wanted to hear what you were going to say, so now you got to say it.
Well, I was just going to say, I've been in that situation, right? You're in the middle of a fight, you think you're doing well, and you look down, where the hell is my stamina bar?
Yeah, that's always the case. Huh? You're just like, where'd my stamina go?
Who stole this? What? It's right next to my super suit. But no, great jabs from Uncle Talent to get himself in and out of the pocket there. He's starting to find his timing on these counters, and that's going to be something for Pablo to watch out for as this fight continues.
Gotta watch out. Pablo Grips. Very stationary, Frank, in this fight.
I was just about to say, it seems like as he's trying to, whenever he's trying to find his comfort zone, he'll go back himself into the corner like, all right, hang on, this is what I'm used to. Let me get over here, and then he can really pick his shots. I've noticed he's fighting much better out of the corner than he is in the center of the ring.
Maybe a strategy he's employing. He's been practicing this. It just seems like Uncle Talent has so much room to like back up, and Pablo's back is against these ropes, and he has nowhere to move. You think he's getting the better of these exchanges here? I don't know. I think Uncle Talent's tuning them up.
It depends, right? It depends on which corner. In the top left one over there. No, in all seriousness, some of these exchanges. Oh my goodness! All right, he was dicing them up right there. As I was about to say, in some of these exchanges, I'm seeing Pablo get the better, but not that one. It just seems like that's where he's most comfortable. You know, some different people like to fight in different places and different styles. I like to fight on the front foot. You know, Pablo might just be more comfortable countering out of the corner, or just might be more comfortable countering in general. So he gives himself less space to move, so he forces himself to counter, if that makes any sense.
It does. But Uncle Talent is really doing a great job with that jab. That lead hand is on fire for Uncle Talent, and he's just kind of peppering him with it this round. Just pop.
It is. He's, you know, he's letting Pablo figure out what he wants to do, but as he's trying to figure out what he's wanting to do, he's just pop, just throwing those jabs in there like, all right, yeah, you can take your time and think about it. I'm just going to steadily score points while you do so.
Yeah, nice and relaxed, big body shot.
And another one doubles it up.
Pablo Grips dig into the body. That's nice. Now starting to land some good shots, but he's just got to watch out because Uncle Talent's always coming in with that jab. And, you know, Pablo can kind of just take a little off angle, but he's just so stationary. That jab is just bleeding through over and over and over, not moving his head, and just giving Uncle Talent so much free reign out there.
Yeah, he's really giving him, just like you said, free reign, just to take those shots and jab whenever he pleases. But one thing I am noticing, it seems like he is trying, to set up those body shots. He's letting him throw these jabs. He's letting him walk him into the corner just so he can dig a big right hook to the body or a big left hook to the body. And you can see the massive dent that it does make in the stamina bar every time that lands. And that's only going to get more and more pronounced as we get into the later rounds of this fight. 20 seconds left to go in round 3, but Robinson looks like he's only sitting at about 70 stamina, which is I mean, let's be honest, it's very hard to gas out with Sugar Ray Robinson. So the fact that you're this far along just speaks to the body work that Pablo Grips has been putting in, at least in my opinion.
Indeed, I respect that opinion, and I still personally think Uncle Talent is winning these rounds just barely with the jab, but I mean it's pretty close there. Look, 10-9 first round, 9-10, 9-10, so a very close fight. Could go either way. Could go either way. It just depends on how you're seeing it. Nice little straight punch there from Uncle Talent. You're liking what Pablo Grips is doing here. You're liking the stationary. You're liking the body shots. You're liking the setups.
I mean, everybody ain't able. No, I'm not hating on it for certain. He's doing great with this style. You know, like I said, it just seems to be where he's comfortable. I'm not gonna say anything one way or another about, you know, right or wrong or what I would do or this or that. It's just this is what he is choosing to do, and I see why he's choosing to do it. I'm starting to see, I guess, what he's looking for. You know, like from my amateur perspective, right? He's looking to just let him wear himself out, stay in a position where he can stay mostly safe, and then just counter with those big body shots. By the time we get into round 6, round 7, he's gonna be fighting the husk of, you know, the guy he was in round 1. At least that's, you know, that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, I do like what he's doing. I should have just said that.
No, it was a detailed answer. And look at the movement there. He's kind of moving that head crazily at this point, and it just, to me, it seems like Uncle Talent's really finding his rhythm in round number 4. I mean, look at the footwork. He's just landing so many good punches. There's some good ones though from Pablo Grips, big ones. But look at look at the footwork to get out of the way of those straight shots. And I think Uncle Talent started to take this one over, Frank.
See, I'm thinking quality over quantity, right?
You're thinking the opposite.
Exactly. See, Talent's running away with this on volume for sure. But Robinson's landing these big counters and like those power right hands to the body. You keep seeing that little head indicator show up in the corner. So he's getting closer to doing something right. You know, it's just a matter of, will he be able to land the one he needs before Talent gets, you know, another 65 off?
Very true, very true. We're gonna see. I'm very intrigued to see how the judges score this one, and I'm really liking what Uncle Talent is doing. I feel like he's playing Sugar Ray Robinson to the T and being very, very strategic and long and kind of, I don't know, the punches from Pablo look a little labored sometimes, and he's definitely got an interesting style though. It's crazy to watch.
That's what, that's the thing I'm loving the most about this fight is the sheer contrast in styles. You know, they say styles make fights, and this is what they're talking about. You've got Talent who is pretty much willing to be a willing dance partner, right? He's like, yeah, okay, fine. I'll do all the stepping forward. I'll be the one fighting off the front foot. And Pablo is just like, okay, he's just waiting, biding his time for that one combo, right? I feel like he's just waiting on one specific combination or flurry that he thinks will put him into the driver's seat in this fight. And I'm very interested to see if he can pull it off.
It's almost like Rocky Balboa if he had a lot more defense and he kept his hand. Oh, there it is!
Ooh, there it is.
Uncle Talent's hard work is now coming to light, and he is just all over. What a genius. And he's still standing in the corner while he's rocked, just eating shots, but the stamina is so low there, Frank.
I'm gonna be honest, that was a bit inexplicable for me. I don't know how he didn't go down there. I felt like he got hit 3-4 times, but he didn't. So here we are. He's still standing and still swinging back, man. Just a momentary setback, you would think, for Pablo, but again, right back to the corner, right back to the style that has gotten him this far. So
yeah,
like there's a method to the madness. I can see it, and I'm just waiting. Like I'm just curious to see. Oh my goodness.
The left hook from Uncle Talent. He's trying to break through the carapace of the defense of Pablo, and it's just not looking good for Pablo. He's just getting popped all over the place. Right?
He is. Talent is really finding his rhythm, and Pablo is more or less letting him because, like I say, he's looking for that counter, but whenever it doesn't come, well, then it just looks like he's getting his ass whooped, to be honest. Like,
I wonder if it's like a stamina strategy or he's obviously trained this, right? He feels real comfortable. Even when he's rocked, he's going to the corner and standing there. So
right. This ain't something he's doing by accident.
Right.
He's not just like ending up here over and over again. Like you said, This is calculated. This is practiced. So I'm wondering what the end game looks like, you know?
For sure. And in round number 6, the stamina, the gas is pretty low in Uncle Talent, and he's finding some difficulty in letting these exchanges fly. That was a good duck by Uncle Talent. And I wonder what or how Pablo is feeling at this point of the fight.
Right. Is this exactly what he was wanting? Is this all according to plan? Because he landed 2 major counters right there.
And I'm seeing those body shots you're talking about, Frank. They're vicious.
That's why you've got Sugar Ray Robinson at like less than half stamina in round 6. And again, you know, when you use Robinson, if like him and Ali, you have to try very hard to gas out with these guys. So the fact that, like I said, he's at this level of stamina just speaks, in my opinion, to the body work and the body damage that he's been taking from Pablo. And it's been kind of sneaky, right? Like you don't feel like he's just been like focused on digging the body and nothing else like some people. Oh my God.
Uncle
He was
Talent!
just focused on standing up, and that didn't work either. Uncle Talent gets the first knockdown of the fight, rather.
Down goes Pablo, grips inside his corner of fortitude. And now what is he gonna do? The corner is not a sanctuary no longer, ladies and gentlemen, because it's just been breached like the Titanic. He's the iceberg, Uncle Talent.
Deforesting the corner sanctuary. We gotta stop him, bro.
Woo! All right. I mean, at this point, does he stick with the strategy? Does he stay in the corner? Because right now, it just seems like Uncle Talent has found his rhythm, especially with that knockdown.
Yeah, I wouldn't, but I'm also, you know, not good enough to be in the ring in the first place. So, you know, maybe it's just a matter of patience, right? Like that's what he's waiting on. But at the same time, as we start round 7, he hasn't gone to a corner yet. So, you know, maybe he is trying to look to switch things up. But the offense of Uncle Talent is coming fast and heavy, but it's starting to slow down because he just doesn't have the gas to throw like that anymore.
Very true. Very true. Having a hard time generating long combinations, but he still can throw that jab that he has been absolutely peppering. He's seasoning his opponent Pablo grips for the main course in round number 9 and 10, and it just seems like right now Pablo's trying to make like some sort of adjustment. He knows he's losing. He doesn't want to go in the corner anymore, and that could spell some trouble, you know, deviating from your game plan.
It could, but I mean, when the game plan is what got you into trouble, what choice do you really have?
You got to make the adjustments.
And I feel like, honestly, he's doing a pretty decent job of adjusting. It's just somehow with no stamina, Robinson is still fast as lightning, you know? It's a difficult thing because I mean, I assume people all through the 50s were saying this in real life. What do you do against this guy? He's too long to try and get inside of. He's too fast to do anything against. I mean,
you know what you do, Frank? After he wins this fight, you go to his bar and he'll buy everyone drinks. That's what he loves to do. Sugar Ray Robinson.
All right, noted. Let me go ahead and put that in my.
Put that down. I'll meet you there.
Put that in the scouting report. Yeah, I'll see you there.
Look at that stamina though. In round number 7, those body shots are just killing him.
He doesn't care. That's the thing. He doesn't care. He's still just stepping forward, throwing all these jabs, and they're landing. Well, not as much here in round 7. That's one thing. Pablo's been doing a great job of blocking more of those jabs coming his way, but 42% health, 25% stamina. Now things are getting super interesting over here, Rob, because
they are.
He ain't got the gas to keep fighting like that, plain and simple.
He really is out of gas completely. It's on E. When you're driving in your car, you see the light go on, and then you drive a couple more times back and forth from work, and you're just like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm probably running out of gas right now. But the real question is, how much gas does Pablo have? Because sometimes when he's like even throwing these short shots, he looks labored.
That's true. And I think he is also starting to run out of gas, but like Talent's gas light came on Tuesday, my man. Like you said, he been driving back and forth to work. He done gone to the club on Friday.
It might come to an end here. I don't know. This is very intriguing. Can Pablo land the shot? Does he have enough energy to do some damage in round number 8, 9, and 10 and steal this fight?
I don't think, like, if I'm in Pablo's shoes, I don't think Robinson can do the damage needed with this amount of stamina. I don't know how much stamina he has, but, like, what I'm getting at is just charge forward, hit him in the stomach, and pray. Because, like, at this point, What do you have to lose?
Yeah, that's the hard part about this game, especially Undisputed in boxing, is like the counter punches are so devastating that sometimes you got to be careful just swinging and banging. But yeah, at this point, with no stamina on his opponent, Pablo could definitely see some light at the end of this dark tunnel.
He can, but it's just a matter of, can he get through that tunnel? Excuse me, sorry.
Can he get through it?
Can he? Because right now, Robinson's just blocking the body. And that's going to put a pretty big halt on that plan. But then again, of course, that's whenever you should mix it up, start switching to the headshots. Maybe you've done enough damage to get something off, right?
Yeah, like something as in maybe a power shot. And they're both... Man, Pablo's got to be tired too. Right? He's got to be tired as well because he's really not letting it fly. He's kind of trying to find like a straight punch. He's trying to find a jab, some body work. But wow, what an interesting fight. We still have 9 and 10. And even more, the stamina is depleted.
I think both these guys are exhausted, but I don't think Leonard is as exhausted as Robinson. That's very hard to do. Robinson looks like Francis Ngannou in the 5th round of the first Stipe fight. But Leonard's not much faster at this point. Like you said, to your point, Rob, he's also lost quite a bit of stamina. Is his car going to run out of gas trying to get through that tunnel?
The ref's gonna call the fight at this point. It's over. Home. Catch your breath.
Both of y'all go home, man. Just
look at that straight, man. I can throw a better straight than that. I'm so tired. They're so tired though. Who sings that song? Slow motion. I don't know. I probably shouldn't be singing.
I believe sources are saying, I think that's Trey Songz coming from the back.
Hey, let's go. The knowledge. Okay. Gotta love my boy Trey. And look at that left hook. See, man, this is very interesting. Very interesting.
Definitely. I mean, because you feel like a strong breeze would knock both of these guys over at this point.
The will to win. Who has the bigger will to win here, Frank? There's your answer.
How often do you get a question answered like that?
That was a detonation on the chin.
That was an orbital strike from the right hand.
It's over. It's over.
Might
is that money in the pocket right there, Frank? Is that money in the pocket?
Hell, it might be.
We gotta mark that down on your notes. That was a nasty knockout.
I'm looking for my pen right now. I've got a couple of things.
That was a gassed knockout right there, Frank. That's what it's all about, esports fight fans.
No, that was absolutely fantastic. Beautiful performance by both competitors. Clean sweep on the judges' scorecards. Well, not clean, but a gentleman's sweep on the scorecards. That's a bit surprising to me. But also, like you were saying, the entire fight, Rob, that jab, I mean, the volume, everything, he just kept throwing and kept landing.
Yeah, he looked really impressive. Uncle is a force to be reckoned with, especially with Sugar Ray Robinson. Let me see that stamina. I'm not looking. Ooh, man, look at the stamina. Yeah, both guys super gas.
19.
Dang, and those shots at the end probably really diminished that head health. But wow, yeah, Uncle Talent's ability to come in, pop that jab. I mean, he looked real good out there, and he looked sensational. And yeah, he dominated that fight and got the cherry on top finish, and he absolutely broke the face of his opponent. And if your equipment is broken, or you want to work on some refrigeration equipment, or do something a little different, and you don't know where to go in life right now, let me tell you, the sponsorship, ladies and gentlemen, of this stream, the CFESA. Do you want to start a career where you can solve problems with your hands and make good money? If so, then consider becoming a food commercial equipment technician. The industry is booming right now, ladies and gentlemen. There's a high demand for quality technicians. So all you got to do is apply for a CFESA Service Hero Scholarship today by scanning one of the QR codes, hopefully on the screen right now. And it's a beautiful, excellent opportunity. And they are so amazing to sponsor us this season and last season. And Frank, what do we got up next, my brother? This is going to be a good one.
Oh, man. Yes, it is. We have got BoneDoinWork taking on Addict 85. Both of these guys had fantastic performances last week. Of course, we saw BoneDoinWork beat wordlife in a fight of the night contender in week 1 by decision. And then Addict actually beat Talent, who we just saw go crazy last week as well. So, I mean, if that fight delivered the way that it did, I can't wait to see what these two have in store for us, Rob.
Yes, I am very, very excited. Addict 2-1, BoneDoinWork 0-1. Outside fighter, counter specialist, got good fundamentals, but Addict brings an outside boxer, a counter puncher's approach as well, but he's very efficient with his stamina. He beat Talent by decision week 1, like you said, and BoneDoinWork beat wordlife, and you saw how good wordlife was in that fight against kyoungbutta. He's excellent, so can't wait for these two to go at it, and let's see who they are picking. Ooh, Terrence Crawford and another Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ooh, see, fights like this just make me wish the stance switch worked online, man. Because, like, you know, somebody like a Crawford, I feel like that could be a great wild card against somebody who's using a Sugar Ray Robinson, right? You know, you start mixing things up. If you can't necessarily do as much work to the body and to the head of Robinson because he's made of iron, if you can't necessarily do that work, do it to the mind of the player, you know, controlling him. Give him different things to think about. Give him different looks, different offensive, you know, sets. Just I like switching things up.
Got to, you got to.
Very valuable tool.
It really is, especially in boxing. Addict's got 2 wins under his belt, 149 wins, 65 losses. You see him BoneDoinWork 14-6, KO King. And when you're going against Sugar Ray Robinson, it's very important that you don't get caught, you know, chasing him. You don't get caught in that game where he's just using too much of his footwork and he's just, you know, dancing around you and tagging you and gassing you out, kind of like what we did, you know, what we saw in that last fight. And we'll see if he's able to use the stamina a little bit better than Uncle did in his fight, even though he got the finish. I mean, I'm excited.
Right? It's hard to disagree with the end result, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right, here we go.
Yep,
Coming forward.
In the using Crawford, almost said in the black trunks, like they're not different people.
A little bit longer. I think I like Crawford's shorts and his shoes. Very stylish. New follower, Zion the BO. Let's go.
Shout out Zion the boss.
That's
also
beautiful.
Both these guys starting things off, BoneDoinWork trying to really pepper the body as we're seeing early.
Yeah, that body hook was pretty good. Looks like he's looking for that again and again. Oh, man, but here comes Terrence Crawford as well. Both guys want the body, Frank.
Absolutely. I mean, whenever you're fighting against a Robinson or a Crawford, you got to do something to try and wear down that gas tank because these guys can go forever if left to their own devices. So, you know,
shout out to Jakey B183 with a raid here. Frank, welcome, guys. We're just in a fight here. Two talented fighters in the Esports Fight League.
Great to have y'all joining us on the raid. Shout out Jakey B, like you said. If you're just joining us, we got BoneDoinWork using Sugar Ray Robinson in the white shorts. We got Addict 85 using Terrence Crawford in the black shorts. A very even round 1, but right now I think BoneDoinWork is getting the better of this round, just landing a couple more counters at better times. Not to say, of course, that Addict is not having his own success.
Yeah, BoneDoinWork is throwing the more photogenic punches. You're seeing the people in the crowd snapshotting those highlight shots, and those score big. And he's looking real comfortable here. And Addict, he's got his hands full here with BoneDoinWork.
He absolutely does. His Bone lands a nice right and the left hand behind it. Looking for the combo again, but gets caught by the big jab of Crawford. Crawford's got some fantastic straight punches, both the jab and the cross. Fantastic out of his hands.
Yes.
Very close round 1.
Very close round. Yeah, very close round 1. Definitely. It seems like the pace of this fight is a little bit higher than maybe some of the other ones. Maybe. I don't know. It just seems like these guys are going after it quick here.
Definitely. Although, I do have to give one slight gripe, Rob.
Go ahead.
The camera tilt makes me a little seasick.
This game, I've played it a couple times, and depending on where you are, like in that gym, man, and everything's turning, I start getting dizzy, bro.
Yes. I had to turn mine off. But that's neither here nor there. We've got Addict trying to get some work going with the body shots there, but BoneDoinWork landing a good combination. It's the timing. As I say that, the left hook of Addict lands very, very cleanly. It's the timing, though, that I'm seeing from Bone, where he's able to land these combos and get himself out of danger so far, Rob.
Yeah, he's very defensively minded when he approaches. He stays way out of dodge. Oh, it's when they're close. That's when Terrence Crawford's able to go to work. Doing work is still, letting his hands fly in the body. But yeah, at this range, at this distance, he's like a sniper out there with that right hand.
Absolutely. And Robinson, his arms are so long, man. You gotta fight him from tomorrow. Like, it's just you gotta figure out what you're gonna do to get inside of that range so he can have some of the success that we were seeing a bit earlier. But huge shots from Robinson, answered by some a good left from Crawford. Both these guys just standing in the pocket trading, Rob.
Sick jabs from BoneDoinWork, snapping the head back from Addict. And again, kind of combos that lead hand, and the straight is just money right now. BoneDoinWork digging into the body, and Terrence Crawford, Addict is getting put on skates.
Yeah, and you see Bone really starting to open up and extend these combos here towards the end of the round. 20 seconds left in round 2. Good left hand there from Addict. That might change the complexion of things going forward.
Yeah, for sure. Those punches from Crawford are pretty heavy when he catches them, exiting the pocket with that left hook. It's very nice from Addict. Ooh, but I think 2 rounds in the books for our boy BoneDoinWork, looking very phenomenal tonight here, Frank.
Yeah, but it's certainly not too late for Addict to make the necessary adjustments, to figure this thing out. I feel like fighting anybody is a puzzle, right? And you just got to figure out what piece goes where, and you can put it all together. We're just going to see if Addict is able to figure out where his corners are, right? And you got to start in the corners, and then you can build your way through, and et cetera, et cetera. Puzzle metaphors, they're fun.
If you want to start in the corner, you should go train with my boy Pablo Grips, because that's his world.
He lives there. He lives there. He's charging rent.
All right, 2:22. This round is kind of opening up here, and it seems like the pressure from BoneDoinWork kind of, taking command of the center of the ring, and it's Addict kind of moving left and right, trying to just figure out how to get on the inside on this guy.
Yeah, it seems like he was trying at first to maybe make Bone come to him, but I mean, Bone is also fine either A, stepping forward, or B, just standing in place. But oh my goodness, if he stays in place too long, he's gonna catch a lot more of those jabs and straights from Terrence Crawford. Starting to open up with the offense here, Rob.
Yeah, for sure. Addict electing to throw the power jabs right into the face. Oh, that goes right through, and that left hook as well. Kind of finding some rhythm, some range there, and that did not go well for BoneDoinWork. He didn't like that. He backed up a little bit, and that's what you want to see for Addict, kind of get in the head of BoneDoinWork and switch up the game plan. But it's a firefight here. I love it. Both guys leaning back and just throwing.
For sure, man. Definitely. They're looking to get into it, and we've mentioned it several times. We love to see it. We love to see these fights where the guys are like throwing hands. A couple of nice body hooks there from Crawford. Looking like he's starting to try to dig to the body a little bit more, just to slow Robinson down a little bit more. Maybe he feels like if he gets him slowed down, he can stand on the inside and exchange with him a little bit more.
Yeah, and whoever's doing the fight bookings, the matchups, shout out to you, because these are just excellent so far tonight. These competitors are bringing it. Man, that was dirty in the left hand. Oh, they're exchanging big shots. And there it is.
5 at the bell. Good Lord.
This is close, man. This fight, I feel like Addict is kind of coming alive here in round number 3.
Definitely. I feel like the first 2 rounds went to Bone, but that second one, well, according to the judges, we're blind.
Just one judge.
You're right. According to that judge. But yeah, no, it seemed like Bone was really leading the dance, being active and aggressive early on, and then Addict was starting to find his success and his timing there in the 3rd round. I feel like when the fight gets slowed down a little bit more is whenever Bone is having more success, and then whenever they heat things up and get in the pocket is whenever Addict is starting to find his range.
Yeah, I would agree. He does a good job at hitting BoneDoinWork when BoneDoinWork kind of exits the range. But BoneDoinWork is also doing so good, just kind of, fighting long. But yeah, when he's in this realm here, yeah, Addict just look at the power punches are there for him. Oh, lean and mean from Addict.
Yeah, the left hand is really starting to make his presence known. A huge power jab and then the left hook right behind it really got BoneDoinWork's attention.
And BoneDoinWork, he seems to, when he gets hit, he comes in and he wants to get it back, and he stands right in that pocket and he starts letting those hands fly. And I don't know if that's a mistake or if that's good, because look at these body shots. I mean, that's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, those are massive. If he can keep landing those, then you know, obviously he'll be in a way better position once we get to round 6 and round 7. And, oh my gosh. Both these guys just wanting to trade counters. They're just standing in the middle and hoping to hit last. I mean, it's great to
Addict
watch.
looks good. Addict looks good with the pull counters.
He does.
He's making Bone miss these big looping shots, but oh my goodness, look at that. Look at these exchanges. Big shot. Here comes Addict.
With like 5 unanswered, gets hit with a massive right hand from Crawford, and now Robinson's the one backing up on Bambi legs.
Yeah, and he's, oh my goodness, another shot.
Goodness.
He's got him trapped.
Addict is really trying to pour that pressure on. Robinson able to get out of the corner, but not out of danger.
Woo.
Round ends, but if you're Addict, you got to be feeling great going into round 5. I believe we're going into round 5.
Yeah, I think we're going into round 5 for sure. Round 5 for sure. And yeah, wow, that was a huge round for Addict and a lot of confidence. And you've seen him using the running mechanic at his opponent, so very confident to make that input and just stayed on him, huh? Like a fly on doo-doo. Stayed on him, and again, he's landing big shots here in round number 5.
Yeah, and you can see, I'm not gonna say Bone is panicking, but you can see that he's trying to figure out, okay, what's my best counter option here, right? And maybe standing in the pocket with the guy isn't the one.
It's not like he's doing terrible in these exchanges, and sometimes he's winning the exchanges, laying the body shots, but it's Addict. This is his realm. It seems like that power left. Look at that. Look at the movement. Oh my goodness, the footwork from Addict. He is on fire. He's heating up.
Yes. NBA Jam style. He's heating up. I'm starting to love, you know, seeing, oh my God. As I'm talking about him starting to, you know, be better in the pocket defensively, catches a huge shot, able to get himself out of danger, but now we've got both guys have been rocked in this round. Both guys have a lot to think about here, Rock.
Very true. The momentum shifts in this fight are crazy, and we're in this round number 5 is still up for grabs, and I'm loving Addict's movement though. His left and right footwork is just so amazing, and his just ability to kind of he just really moves and slips those punches and then returns with a counter and it just what did BoneDoinWork hit him with? I actually wasn't looking at that moment. I was checking something.
It was just a right straight, I think.
It was a right straight down the pipe.
Yeah, it was just a right hand down the pipe.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
One thing I'm very much liking about Addict's style is he'll go in, like you said, he'll throw like a jab or two and then throw one of the shots that'll give him a sidestep, like the sidestep jab or the sidestep straight.
Yeah.
He'll throw one of those just to change up the angle, you know, and then continue from where he ends up. And I just feel like that's, number one, smart boxing, but like it's difficult for Robinson to block those angles, because, you know, if he's coming at you like this and you block, then he steps off to the side, he's got just that jab right down, you know, where you're not blocking. So I feel like he's doing a great job of just, like I said, switching the angles up.
Yeah, very close contested round number 5 as we go into round number 6, and Addict feels like he's getting more confident. It feels like he's finding his rhythm a lot as the rounds progress, and I'm loving his movement. But BoneDoinWork also very talented, and he wants to win as well, and he's also doing a great job. I think Addict is just a little bit smoother out there right now.
Yeah, at the moment, definitely. And it's crazy because, you know, as the fight started off, it was Bone that was having all the momentum, all the success. And now, oh my goodness, these body shots that he's throwing are just, the counters too, man. Everything that Addict is throwing right now is landing and landing hard.
Dude, yeah, Frank, are you seeing this?
Yes.
BoneDoinWork is literally like one sequence, he gassed himself out completely, and Addict kind of just staying there, you know, baiting these punches in, moving and grooving, and he's gonna make that blood start oozing because he is landing some big shots. But here comes BoneDoinWork. Like on fire, BoneDoinWork trying to fight valiantly. Frank, this is getting crazy. I'm loving this.
Absolutely, man. It's like, just like you were saying, as soon as one guy starts to grab control, then we get that huge momentum shift to the other side, and he's rocked all of a sudden, and then we're both sitting here going, what the hell happened? I mean, it's fantastic just to watch. It's a big difference to commentate on because they're both just swinging so much.
My goodness. A lot of damage being inflicted by both these guys. Addict throwing big punches, trying to bait out BoneDoinWork. BoneDoinWork keeping that range, keeping that rhythm strong, though, coming forward. Body shots. Oh, my goodness. They're exchanging.
How are they still standing? Both guys are just in the middle of the pocket, throwing lefts, throwing rights, eating lefts, eating rights. It doesn't matter. They're just standing there, waiting on the next one, saying, thank you, sir. Can I have another one?
Yeah, they're both like launching nuclear bombs at each other, but somehow they're missing. And when one connects, it's so devastating. They're playing a little bit risky here. I like it.
A little.
A lot of risk. Look at him.
Oh my God. Now these two are fighting like somebody who's not going to get CTE after this.
With it. Lead with it. Rock with it. Okay, man. We got a fight here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
go. Who's winning this one, chat? Frank, who's winning this one?
We are. What do you mean who's winning this one? The fans, the crowd. We're winning.
100%. Woo! Definitely a fight of the night contender for sure.
100%.
We got to keep that in mind. We got to remember, we got to keep track of these.
Yeah, so far I had kyoungbutta and then the
wordlife.
Down what page? Yeah, wordlife. Well, no. The one
the last
that we
fight?
just watched. Yeah, the last fight.
That's definitely up for knockout
Pablo
of the
and
night.
Yes.
Ooh. But this definitely fight of the night takes the cake. So far, you know.
Yeah, I mean, both these guys are putting on a banger of a performance.
So both guys would get a point then if this was nominated, right? Both guys get the point, win or loss.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
All right, here we go. Midpoint of round number 7. We still got 8, 9, and 10 here. And I don't see them slowing down. They're just leaning, and they are greening. 2K. Smash!
I don't know about you, Rob. I feel personally just like super blessed that we're able to get this sneak footage of Creed 4.
I just watched Creed 3, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed it. I skipped all the scenes where he was with his family, but I watched all the good stuff, you know. Because I'm watching it at home.
I fell asleep like through half of it. It was cool though.
Oh man. Oh, they're so evenly matched here.
Absolutely.
They're
And
just. Yep. Go ahead.
I don't know what I was just gonna say. I mean, they're just back and forth. It's a seesaw.
Yeah.
I love it.
Exactly right. It's just it's just a gunfight, man, and they're waiting for. I mean, one of these guys is going down. One of these guys is gonna be on the canvas,
Like,
and
there's no way
I'm
this
just
goes to
waiting.
decision, right?
I'm at the edge of my seat. No, I don't think so. That body's there though, huh? When they're leaning back, that body
Yes.
shot, those body shots are there.
Both guys utilize the lean so much, which I mean, it's working great for them. But like you said, that opens up the body. I'm curious to see who's gonna barge through that opening first. Robinson is really starting to run low on that stamina.
Yep, he is. Round number 7 over. Round number 8 coming soon, and so hard to know who is winning this one. So hard to judge this. Thank God we're not judging, even though we are judging. But we're not gonna say who we're. You know, we're not gonna actually score it. So it's just so tough here.
Yeah,
Frank, who's winning this?
Well, if we look at my scorecard, I've got. Oh,
Okay.
so we're not doing that. Okay. No, man, this is a very difficult thing to score because I think Addict is up right now, but
Okay.
I mean every single one of these rounds has been razor thin except like 1 and 2. I think 1 and 2, Bone for sure won, but I mean everything since then has just been decided on a razor.
It has. It definitely has. And in this round, Bone is not backing up. He's staying in the middle of the ring, and he is just kind of putting the pressure on. And you're seeing Addict kind of backing up, going in and getting out and escaping after he does some damage. And he's so good at leaning out of the way and countering in these sequences. But BoneDoinWork's no slouch here either. So it's very heated here. It's very interesting to watch. Oh, look at that.
Huge right answered by a huge left. Both of these men are just trying to take the other's head off.
And they're just barely leaning out of the way. And there's a couple good exchanges there for BoneDoinWork, landing some good damage. Left hands landing. Oh man, zip, zap, zoop. Let's go.
They need the comic books like sound effects on the screen, the bams and bills. Hit him with the old zip and flirt one time.
And now in the corner at the end of the round, still throwing. There's the body check again. Tags that body.
Good job tagging the body there. Doubling up on the hooks.
I'm just bouncing around, his hands down, getting comfortable. It's Addict.
Yeah, he's loose right now, man, for sure.
Oh! Gotta be careful when you're loose, though, because you might get damaged.
Man.
Oh, look at that. It's like slow motion sometimes when he's leaning back like that. You see BoneDoinWork's punch kind of just whiz by.
Yeah, no, this feels like an anime fight, bro. Like, I feel like this is just Goku.
It's like Vegeta and Goku. Yeah, exactly. But Majin Vegeta.
Yep.
So it's even closer because Vegeta always loses. pisses me off.
Hey, listen, I feel like I watched the Majin Vegeta fight like a month ago, bro. So I'm right there with you. But yeah, no, these I mean, oh my God, a huge straight right. He tried to double it up, but ate some massive counters from his and now he's rocked back into the corner, trying to just keep himself in this fight. BoneDoinWork is still here, but man, he is in danger. Addict sees that. He smells blood in the water. He is trying to charge down. A huge right straight also just, again, puts him right back on Bambi legs. He's chasing him around this ring now, right now, Rob. It's not looking great for Bone.
No, it's not. And when Addict has him hurt, he does so good at keeping the pressure on, mixing and matching his shots going to the body, and that sniper right double barrel shotgun right hand to the chin was money, but somehow, some way, BoneDoinWork manages to stay on his feet, which is what you want. You don't want to go down, especially in round number 9. You don't want the 10-8 Frank, and Addict is on fire right now. He has control. He's got the momentum in his pocket.
This fight is way too close for you to want to try and, for you to want to take that knockdown. It's fantastic. Well, as goes again. Fantastic work to stay out of trouble by Bone. He's back in it.
He's back in it, but backing up. Izzy, look at the head health. Is Lil Bang again tagged him? He's floating around the octagon. There's no gravity. Where's his feet? He doesn't know, but he's just finding his will to survive.
You say octagon first, I win. But also, straight to Crawford. It's just been too much for BoneDoinWork here in round 9. We'll see if he's able to survive this round, maybe make an adjustment going into round 10, but good Lord, he is in a world of hurt right now. 15 seconds left in this round.
Yeah, how are they going to score this? Because is that a 10-8 round if he doesn't get knocked down, or is it still a 10-9 round? I'm not really sure, but that definitely, one thing I am sure, is a dominant round for Addict, huh, Frank?
Absolutely. I feel like this is, without a question, the most dominant round that we've seen in this fight because, this fight has been so closer. What do they say in the game? Closer than 2 pages in a book. And that's just what we've had this entire time until that last one. Addict was able to get his best foot forward and maybe put a little bit of distance on the scorecards between himself and Bone.
Yeah, and Addict 2-1 so far this season, looking like he's going to cruise his way to 3-1 unless somehow BoneDoinWork pulls a rabbit out of his hat, some sort of miracle magician, because right now Addict is looking confident, he's looking strong, and he is probably shouldn't say that live. Let's think of something else to say. He's smoking him.
Yeah, well, I mean, as long as you're not smoking live, I feel like we're fine. These guys, I mean, now Addict is just at this point, I feel like he knows he's got the rounds banked and he's just, trying to get himself out of here in one piece. I can't say I blame the strategy because BoneDoinWork has been just throwing everything. But hell, if he's gonna serve himself up for the knockdown, why not take it, right? I feel like that's what's going through Addict's mind. But Bone is not going anywhere. He's been knocked down. He doesn't care. He's standing in the pocket. He's trying to get his own offense off, but he just keeps eating these right hands for his troubles.
So awesome. I mean, even though Addict is ahead in this fight, probably going to win the judges' scorecards, he's still standing in danger in the pocket, daring his opponent to swing. And there he is again, left hand. He wants the knockout. He wants the bonus. He wants it all. He's hungry.
He wants it now, but not quite able to get it. Nope.
He's going to knock him out, Frank. He's going to knock him out.
You did call it a 10th round knockout.
I told you.
35 seconds.
Come on, Addict.
That left hand almost spelled doom.
25 seconds. Looks like Addict's a little gassed here, Frank.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, well, I was going to say at this point, does it really matter? But I saw the right hand that Robinson was loading up on. Yes, it does. It only takes 1 second for this all to go left.
Addict is a fisherman because of all of these amazing hooks.
And it looks like those hooks might be able to reel him in the victory.
Hey!
There it is.
Let's go. Addict. Addict.
Man, congratulations.
How'd you feel about that one, Frank?
I felt like that was a treat to watch. Can they fight again, like right now? No, they can't because we have other people that have to go.
Oh, man.
We'll get to that in just 1 second. We're going to give them a little more time right here. That just fantastic fight, top to bottom. Like I said, those first 2 rounds seemed like Bone was just going to cruise. And then Addict just turned it on, and they just went to work from there, man. I feel like they went through all 9 circles of hell to get through that. But at the end of the day, Addict is the one able to get that victory. But I think that one's got some serious fight of the night potential.
I would have to agree with you. That was the sickest fight of the night. Almost, I mean, you saw Addict coming for the kill at the end as well. He saw the injured Gazelle in there and tried his best. And wow, what a performance! And you saw 52% of the hooks landed for Addict. You saw his opponent had 326 hooks, but he was only landing at like a 42% clip. So I mean, it was just the accuracy and the timing as the fight developed. Frank, I felt like Addict was getting better and better and better, and against a talented opponent like BoneDoinWork, that's what you want to see. Now 3-1, and you got to admit, ladies and gentlemen, Frank, even Fekka in the back. I mean, do these guys bring it on show day or what? The Esports Fight League, the dudes in the barn, they just built different in this league.
100%, 100%. Oh my goodness. What can you say about these guys that hasn't already been said? These are the top levels of competition in all esports fighting games. No, not all esports combat sports games. Your UFCs, your Undisputeds, your WWE 2Ks. Every time these guys come to perform for ESFL, they bring it. And if you think that you've got what it takes to bring it in one of these sports, feel free to join our Discord. Come throw your hat in the ring, see what we can, make happen as far as getting you a fight here on ESFL.
All right. We are ready. Oh yeah, we're ready for this next main event. But before we get into that, shout out to our beautiful sponsor for this event, making all of this possible. That is the commercial food equipment service industry. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what you want to do and you're just kind of sitting around, you're like, what can I do? Well, let me show you the way. It's a field without going to college. You earn money. Just go to www.cfesa.com on the screen, scan that QR code, and apply and make a bunch of guacamole. Do you like to work with your hands? Do you enjoy solving problems? Do you want to make a difference in the world? Well, CFESA is your answer. And the real question tonight, though, is who's going to win this one? Because we got Pryoxis here, baby. We got Pryoxis here, and he's not on the main event. He is not on the main event. This is crazy.
No, it's insane. Like, Pryaxis could main event any number of ESFL events. But we got him not even, like I said, not even in the main event. I feel like we're stealing right now. We're getting this for free. And you guys are too. So make sure that you show some love in the chat. Go ahead and, hit the predictions. Let us know who you think's going to win this fight. We got Pryaxis using Joe Calzaghe against Royszn, taking on Roy Jones Jr. Can't imagine how he got that name. What are your predictions for this fight here, Rob?
All right. Before I make my predictions, let's do a little context for this moment right here. Last week, Pryaxis, a crazy close fight against JX Shep, who we'll see in the co-main event later after this fight, actually. It was a draw. The first draw I have seen in Undisputed. Both got, I believe we picked fight of the night last week, so both guys got a point. Royszn 2-1, Frank, fighting out of Brooklyn, New York. Last second replacement in week 1 and went to beat teammate of Pryoxis, King 12 Diaz, who we saw earlier. This is the Toon Squad, the leader of the Toon Squad. Pryoxis is so talented. He's got a lot of fans here tonight. He brings so much to the Esports Fight League. We're so glad he is here, and it's a treat that he is even competing, and here we go. I'm excited for this fight. It's Roy Jones Jr. versus, who is his opponent, Frank?
Joe Calzaghe.
Joe Calzaghe. Let's go. I'm excited.
Also, quick note, I guess. Turns out King Diaz is not part of Toon Squad. That's our bad. But either way, Pryaxis he's about to get to work right here, right now. We're getting everything fired up. Like I said, Pryaxis using Joe Calzaghe in the red corner. Royszn using Roy Jones Jr. in the blue corner. Both of these guys at the top of their game, looking to put on a performance, a show for you guys. And let's get to it. Give them all the love that you can in the chat, because they are about to put on a show.
Yeah, make sure you get those predictions in if they're not already in. I don't know how much longer, but you got predict with channel points. We're coming back to us. You want to see us on the full screen. You're lucky they're lagging right now, right, Frank?
Absolutely. I usually charge for this. That's not even a joke. I have an invoice right here. But y'all consider yourselves lucky today.
So who wins? Okay, so it's closing in a minute 20. We got the predictions, and right now it's Pryoxis, 73%, 3K points on Pryoxis. He is the favorite, but 26% of the audience, they do think Roy's season can get it done. Oh my gosh, 53% now, Frank. It's developing.
It is. It is. I always love watching the lines on this, and I got to be honest. Listen, I love Pryoxis, but if I had 3-1 odds on Roy, I would throw a flyer out there just because. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
saying what I think one way or another, but if I see betting odds like that, let me go ahead and slide some shekels on, bro.
I'm getting news from
Okay.
the celebrity EyeGameUWatch, and he says he's got Pryoxis in this one. He's got Pryoxis in this one. Pryoxis is not happy with the game. He's saying L game in the chat, but I'm sure when the moment is right, these two are going to fight.
When the moment is right. I
Yes.
feel like right now we're just building anticipation, right? We're trying to get the hype for the pay-per-view match and all that. We're gonna have Shawn Michaels come join us in commentary in a minute. We're just covering all the bases.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get just kidding. All right, yeah, man. So I mean, let's talk about what we got so far here, Frank. While we wait,
Yeah.
we got the knockout of the night.
Mhm.
Which was who? Was that the last fight before this one or the one before this one?
I want to say that was Uncle Talent with the
That was the last fight, right? Uncle Talent?
No, the last fight was BoneDoinWork and Addict.
And there wasn't that
one went to decision.
That wasn't yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's the performance of the night.
with the right hand on Pablo. They ended up knocking him out. Robinson knocked out Leonard.
All right, so we're both in agreement that the Uncle Talent knockout is knockout of the night so far, and the performance of the night was the fight that we just witnessed with BoneDoinWork. So far.
I think we got performance of the night so far, but other than that.
Okay. And we're going to choose the announcement of the fight of the night is the money, but so far that's the winner in our eyes, right, Frank? So you got to beat that if you want to get the moolah. So it's almost like open judging, but open commentate judging. It's kind of cool.
Listen, I'm fully a proponent of open scoring. I got to practice what I preach. So we've got BoneDoinWork and Addict in the lead right now for the cash, for the fight of the night. And if you disagree, show me something.
They're gonna show us a lot in here, and one thing I can discuss with you is the style of Pryoxis. He is always a proponent of technique. He always loves to have a simulation style, and that's what makes him so popular. And you could definitely, I'm sure you guys already know Pryoxis. He's on YouTube. He's blowing up in the scene right now, UFC and now in boxing, and even Overwatch. He's a variety streamer, but he's just so good at the fine details in fighting. Almost sometimes too what's the opposite of sometimes he's too technical for these games. And it doesn't allow him to fight the way he wants, but he's just so good out there. I mean, he's insane.
Absolutely. And like you said, I've seen several Pryoxis fights here in ESFL on the UFC side of things, and the technique that he has, like you said, is just phenomenal. Always does a good job of fighting with a fighter like they're supposed to. I appreciate that. I'm not the biggest fan of whenever I, queue into a game on Undisputed and I see Canelo backstepping, running away from me the whole fight. Who are you? What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it. But, like we said, Pryoxis is very good at keeping the fighters true to life, very skilled. And if he ever needs a carry on Overwatch, holler at me. I'm the best Reinhardt this side of the Mississippi. You heard it here first.
You cannot break through your force field, can you?
Never.
All right. Never. Well, here we go. Here we go. The fight is is loading up right now. So we're underway here to see this fantastic matchup between two highly touted opponents. Royszn using Roy Jones Jr. And man, Roy Jones Jr., I'm not going to lie to you, Frank, is hard to beat no matter who's playing him. He's so good, so skilled, so reactive. His movement, he's almost a cheat code in this game, I would say. But can Pryaxis do this?
I'm going to keep it a buck. I feel like Calzaghe can do everything Jones can, and he's left-handed and taller.
Okay, there it is. We got to fight then, don't we?
We do. I'm ready to see what we got. And we got Pryaxis being the first one to the middle of the ring. Both guys get there, neither one throwing yet. Both just very patient, seeing what the other one's going to... Ooh, nice right hook to start things off by Pryaxis there. Yeah, both guys seemingly looking to counter here in the early going, Rob.
Right, and that's what you want to do with Roy. Already seeing Roy. He's even trying to back up through the ropes. Thank God the ropes are there. You might fall out of the ring. He's backing up so much here.
You put these guys on a basketball court, what would happen?
I think they'd get called for out of bounds by the referee.
Maybe. And now we've got We got both guys exchanging in the middle. Sorry.
Especially Royszn. But right now, he's trying to put that seasoning on Mr. Pryaxis. And look, Pryaxis, man, what was that? He's like doing some stance switch fakes or something.
Yeah, so one thing I've noticed about Calzaghe, it makes me sad, honestly. He automatically switches stances in his movement. And like, for somebody like me who loves to switch stance, I wish I could just, do that. Like, so it just hurts my soul. Like, let me do it too. But that said, it's got to be, it always is a mental exercise just knowing, all right, just because he's standing left-handed, he's still going to be throwing, the other side. Just because he's standing in conventional, he's still going to be throwing southpaw is what I was trying to say. Words are hard at this point in the day, Rob.
I got you, baby. I know. And, Pryaxis' range and his decision-making early in round number 1 is very nice. He's got Royszn on the defensive moving around, but look at Pryaxis. He moves with him. When Roy moves right, Pryaxis moves left. So he's very good with his trapping and his footwork to counter to Royszn's movement, and it's a beautiful thing to see. So far, Pryaxis is looking good.
He is, and he's not just hovering on top of him. He's staying just out of range. So even whenever he is, mirroring the footwork, if Royszn is to try and throw a counter or something in the middle of it, he's still out of range and able to keep himself safe. So very smart, very technical first round by Pryaxis, and curious to see what adjustments Royszn is going to look to make.
Yeah, when Pryaxis gets that early lead, that's when he's so lethal because he doesn't really have to make too many, big adjustments, and he could just let his hands flow, and he just, slowly ensues his opponent with this elegant technical pressure. And here we go. So far, so good. For Pry.
Yeah, doing a great job, not throwing too much at once. I'm seeing he's hardly throwing combinations. He'll throw 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Just keeping on top of his stamina, number 1, but also it looks like he's trying to draw out some big reactions from Royszn that he can potentially counter on.
Definitely. He's being very, very basic with his striking, just using this jab, using the straight, but it's all landing perfectly and it's adding up. These are scoring nicely in the judges' eyes, and Royszn really not having too much offense here.
No, it looks like he's having a hard time figuring out the distance because Calzaghe is a big individual, man. You can see that just whenever he's standing next to Roy, and he fights big. So he's just, like I said, having a hard time dealing with that range, dealing with that distance, but still trying to figure out where his offense is going to come from.
Yeah, I would agree. He's struggling to try to find some success. The defense of Pryaxis too, so good. Moving left, moving right, staying away from those straight punches, and just finding his mark again and again.
And also not being too predictable. You'll see him step into the pocket, but not throw. Step in, throw once, back out. Step in, step off to the side, step back in, throw, then back out. He's mixing up what he's doing. It's very hard to get a read on.
Right. And everything is so meaningful. It all has a purpose. He's not just throwing, pressing the buttons on the controller. He's thinking cerebral about his approach, and he is cooking. He's marinating Royszn early in this fight to snack on him in the later rounds. And I wonder if Pryaxis is going to just keep this up the whole fight, win on the decision, or if he's going to take a little bit more risk and try to put his opponent away. Either way, it's fun to watch, but I'm interested to see where it goes.
I feel like if he does start to open up and take some risks, it won't be before round 6. He'll make sure he's got, enough rounds banked, because didn't you mention he lost a controversial decision last? No, he drew.
He tied.
Didn't he? He drew, okay.
He tied, came back, and really had to put the gas pedal down and really dig deep against his opponent and get in his face. But when the fight's his speed, and like it is here, he's such a juggernaut player, man. He's so hard to frazzle. His mental game is strong as well. So this is a big uphill battle for Roy.
Let's be honest. You're fighting the name as much as the guy once you get in there with somebody like a Pryoxis or like a Marshall Mind, who we've seen.
Anderson Silva effect.
Anderson Silva effect. Perfect. He's beating you before you've gotten in there. I'm not saying it's what we're seeing out of Royszn. It's just you'd be lying to say that doesn't have some effect on you, right?
Have you seen Pryaxis flexing his muscles on his Twitter? Scares the crap out of me.
We won't put that image up because we know that there might be some, smaller members of the family watching. We don't want to terrify anybody, but it is a sight.
He is on his game right now, physically, mentally. content-wise, and now forming as well. You don't see too many content creators coming in and putting it on the line on the pro level, and Pryaxis has always been consistent, you know, coming in and putting it, you know, a lot of people talk smack, a lot of people do, you know, say this, say that, but the dude is consistent in putting it all on the line here for us. So thank you, Pryaxis.
And thank you, Royszn, for stepping up and, you know, taking this fight. Obviously, we're talking a lot about Pryaxis, but that's just because he is a known commodity in this community. If you're watching this video, you probably know who Pryaxis is. Let's just keep it a stack. You know, and that's a great opportunity for Royszn to go out there and make a name for himself if he can come back and, you know, capitalize on this huge spotlight, on this huge opportunity that is before him.
He wants that juice from Pryaxis' juice box, 100%, Frank.
100%.
And he stole a round, apparently. He stole a round. Round number 2 for Royszn.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna need to see like what adjustments he's gonna make, because right now, Pryaxis got some Triple H in him. He's being a cerebral assassin. He's just like in the middle of picking him apart. Let's just be honest. Like you can tell that everything he's throwing, like you had said earlier, is with purpose. There's nothing wasted, no extra movements, and you can see it looks like Roysz's getting frustrated because he's kind of starting to just box the idea of Pryaxis.
Right, and Pryaxis, you know, moving left, taking these little off angles and standing just within, you know, reach where he can come in and strike his opponent like a viper, but Royszn is unable to connect because he's just out of the range, and Pryaxis is so good at being right there, and he keeps firing that left straight punch just to, you know, just to check Roy if he's still, you know, alive. He's like, hey, you still there? Bang, right to the face, time and time again, and yeah, Royszn having some problems.
John Jones voice, you still there?
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Royszn, you think I'm just gonna sit here and let you kill me, Pry? Let me stop.
That was great. Hopefully nobody spits on each other's face, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh man, okay. Royszn now coming forward a little bit, and this is what you want to see. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of an adjustment from Roy. And one thing I will say about Pryaxis, maybe his only weakness I've ever seen is if someone just pressuring him and just throwing volume. That's the only thing, and that's what Roysz's doing right now.
Now, I don't know how effective this would be, right? But like, if I'm in a position like the one Royszn is in, I'm gonna start trying to fight Pryaxis' ego a little bit. I'm gonna stand in the corner and taunt. I'm gonna try and make him come forward and like make a mistake, make him do something out of character, perhaps, that you can capitalize on. Because right now, this is becoming a clinic. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just by the numbers. You know, Pryaxis is doing what he wants to do. You got to take some chances. You got to figure something out. You know, and like I said, maybe fighting that ego would be something different. You know.
He needs to take some dancing lessons with EyeGameUWatch. That's what Royszn needs to do, and then he could definitely do some of that taunting in the corner. But you're seeing it, Frank. You're seeing him approach and come forward more in at the end of round number 4. You saw him kind of, you know, put a little bit more pressure, and now in round number 5, he's kind of standing his ground. Look at him, he's throwing. Yeah,
he's trying to. I mean, he's putting out effort. You know, it's just none of it's landing, which I hate for him. But, you know, if he stays the course and continues to try and get on the inside and get aggressive, maybe he'll be able to find, you know, a home for one of those massive right hands from Roy Jones Jr. Because it don't take much from Roy. The issue is, you know, Calzaghe is also a juggernaut.
Yeah, for sure. Especially played by a player of this caliber. Roy kind of sneaking in here, but he's like a ghost out there. He's there and then he's not there. But definitely Roy landing more shots in these last 2 rounds and throughout the fight. So good news for Mr. Roy so far.
Yeah, but let's be honest, the percentages is probably staggering.
Yeah, definitely. The accuracy as well, huh?
Yeah, the Curry-like accuracy of Pryoxis in there. I mean,
now the jab's coming alive for Roy.
Yeah, that's what he needs more of, right? Well, I say that and then he gets slipped and countered.
That's crazy though, huh? As soon as he throws the jab, Frank, immediately makes that adjustment and starts slipping.
Right, because he hit him, what, twice with the jab? And then you got to hit me with something 40 times before I notice what you're throwing.
Right, he's going to have to figure out how to, he's got to know that Pryaxis is going to think to counter and make that quick adjustment. He's going to almost outplay Pryaxis, which is really hard to do because he's a very smart player, but
Mhm.
he can't just jab, jab, jab. He's got a jab, jab. Okay, he's gonna move his head now. Let's throw a hook this time. Chess match, baby.
Absolutely. And he's just, you know, there you go. Straight right hand, able to rock the head back of Calzaghe. I mean, at this point, like, you're just kind of trying to figure out, like, what's going to work, right? Like, because, you know, I'm trying not to just, like, pile on. You're having a hard time of it through 5 rounds. You know, now Pry is starting to pick up the pressure a little bit. What can you do in this situation, bro?
You know what you can do is you can panic because look at Pryoxis' stamina compared to the other fighters so far, Frank, tonight. I mean, it's round number 6. He's letting his short-term stamina fully replenish before he engages. He's keeping that adrenaline about 109, 110, heart rate low. And, man, he's going to have so much gas in round number 7, 8, and 9 in a fight that he's already in 10, in a fight that he's already winning. So he's fighting so strategic, so economically smart here. And it's an uphill battle here for Mr. Royszn. Royszn.
Yeah, you're starting to wonder if seasons might be changing. I think the 21st is around the corner.
It's getting hot in there. Royszn. I think what I would do, Frank, is I would come forward and I would make the fight dirty. As dirty as I could.
Just make it ugly. Just get in there and
Yeah,
just start
nasty.
trying to swing.
Oh, it's a good way to get knocked
Kinda
out,
like
though.
that. I mean, it's either that or lose the decision at the
Tag
rate
him.
we're going. See, and those big body shots right there are huge. Like, you need more of them. You know, that might be able to even up some of the stamina difference. Good Lord. I don't know if that completely landed, but that left hand turned his head all the way around.
He was rubbernecking on the traffic stop or something. That was, holy smokes, Pryaxis is looking good, man. He is peppering him with those jabs. Pop, pop, pop. And then every now and then he'll kind of step left, throw that power left. And he's kind of baiting Royszn, playing with him a little bit out here.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. He's also doing a great job mixing in the right hooks to the body. The jabs are landing at will, literally at will. Well, okay, as I say that, not literally, but figurative. But still, you know what I'm saying? He's having all of the success in the world right now.
He really is. That jab is very money. Oh man, left hook lands, jab lands, bam, uppercut, 2 for Pryaxis. Just kind of shutting down Roy here. Oh man, face check.
Step back jab.
Click, click, click. Pop, pop, pop. Woo! He wants that left hook there.
He does.
Frank.
He does, man. What can you do to stop him from getting it? You know, maybe try and throw some right hands out there so it doesn't land cleanly. You know, he might catch you on the shoulder a little bit, but Royszn is just. I don't want to, like, I'm trying not to say anything, you know, negative about him because he's not fighting a bad fight by any stretch of the imagination. Pryaxis is just really damn good.
Yeah, he's just dealing with someone that's so technical that has obviously been training with the Toon Squad, and he looks on point even more than he did, you know, in his last fight. And Roy's still trying to find a way to get some offense out. He's moving pretty well. It's not like he's taking too much damage. He's just getting He's getting pointed, you know. He's getting outpointed.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna make a completely baseless conjecture. I feel like after, you know, Pry had that draw last week, he was like, nah, that ain't happening again. Nobody's gonna be close to me ever again. So he's just like point fighting. And hey, I'm not denigrating, it's working. Like it's getting the job done. It's just kind of funny, like, you know, he went from ending up in a draw last week to being, yeah, no, we're just not gonna do that at all.
Right. And like I used to call Ed Parker from UFC the quicksand, right now it is Pryaxis who is like the quicksand because he's just being, I mean, he's still got a full gas tank. It's round number 8
round 8, 10. He was at 93% stamina between rounds. 93.
93. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to change anything. He just needs to keep on his bike, keep doing what got him to this round 8. Oh man, finally. That was a nice vicious straight to the body by Roy.
He needs more of those. But I mean, at this point, it looks like it's too little, too late, right? Head getting snapped back. Oh my goodness! And then the 2 right hands behind it.
Here comes Roy though, Frank, digging to the body and probably just letting those hands kind of fly here. He's like, "Come to the body. I'm gonna come right to the face."
Pause. No, this might be the best time for Jones to step forward and just try and dig to the body, like you said, because now Pryaxis is much more confident, obviously, throwing more. So this might be your opportunity to try and slide a counter in there.
You got to be so careful too, huh? Because Pryaxis will just detonate on you when you get comfortable, and he'll let his hands go if he needs to.
Yeah, whenever you're thinking, all right, I've got him figured out, then he's throwing 4 new wrinkles into the mix.
Sniper. Pop.
Oh,
oh man.
Lead right hand's almost like a little slap, right? Just a little just
a little dink. Just dink, 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 dink. And Roy's trying his best, coming in with a double jab. A little tired though. He looks a little tired. That's not good. Looks like he's slowing down.
He's still fighting. Man. He's still swinging with everything he's got. It's just he doesn't have much left anymore. And he's still fighting a defensive mastermind.
Exactly. The unsolvable Rubik's Cube while he is intoxicated.
And somebody's throwing baseballs at him.
Oh! Clicked him in the head again and again. Pryaxis just fighting so well out there. Just bang, bang, bang. I mean, this is good stuff. This is nasty.
It's big dub. 100%. It's a clinic for certain. Like, it's a boxing clinic, and I'm sorry, Royszn. Like, I don't want you to watch this back and be like, man, these commentators hate me. We don't. It's just like, this guy is really good, and I'm trying to find something else to talk about, but the guy is just like dancing around in there, man. It's insane.
He is. He's like, yo, what's up, homie? See someone in the crowd over and over again. I guess Pryaxis just keeps tagging his head and kind of whipping that thing back, and
my man
then all that straight. Hey, B-boying in the ring. We're gonna see some of that later tonight in the main event. I can't wait. Round number 9 though, and more of the same. Pryaxis just looking like he's in control, cruise control to be exact.
And he's in cruise. He ain't even got his hands on the wheel.
He's chilling. He's chilling. He's got that Big Mac in his hand. He's eating it. He's grubbing right now on his food, and he's running out of time, man. He feasted this whole fight. Bro, he's got to go crazy here, but I don't know what he can do, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, at this point, you need a sledgehammer.
Ooh, uppercut. Sneaky. Look at him. Now he's just blocking. He's kind of moving, and he just wants to. Now he wants it. He's angry. He seems like he's a little frustrated in there.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you be?
Yeah. Would have quit already.
Like, 100%. 100. I'm not one to rage quit, especially on stream in front of all these people. But I would at this point be like, can I step under the ring and like see if there's any toys down there like WWE? Like, let me get a chair to even this shit up. Like, even this up. Excuse me, my bad.
Someone throw a chair in there right now. He needs it. Roy needs it. Get Kingsley in here too. Have him commentate it. Ooh, right hand connects again. Look, oh man, beautiful pullback counter from Pryaxis. Smooth criminal in there, baby. Let's go. Oh, he's starting to work.
That's what lands. Bro is fighting an abstract idea right now. Like, what do you do? How do you fight Marxism?
My goodness. My goodness. What a performance by the legendary Pryaxis going into round number 10. And this is the round where, you know, Royszn has to find a way just to bite down on his mouthpiece and just go out with a KO because he's not winning this fight.
No, 100%. At this point, yeah, I'm walking forward and just going out on my shield, bro. Like,
definitely. I mean, that's all you can do. We'll see. Maybe Pryaxis wants to go for some sort of knockout and get that cherry on top. Finish.
I understand why, but like at this
point,
money. Why would you?
For the bucks.
For the money.
For the Big Mac, Frank.
You're right. I didn't think about
that. I mean, with Pry having 1 point, you know, getting the win is very important. You know, 2 points in the bank. I don't think this is going to be fight of the night.
No.
This is dominant of the night.
Dominant of the night. Assessment. This probably will not be fight of the night, but hey, he could get that happy birthday grimace meal after this. So.
Hey, that shake is pretty good. It feels like I'm drinking some Captain Crunch berries.
See, and I was like, oh, so this is just a vanilla shake, but it's purple. But I like vanilla shake, so I was still like getting down on it. Like,
it's not vanilla, it's berry flavored.
Is it?
I think so. Unless I'm tweaking out.
They had me. They fooled me.
1 minute left.
Hey, but that
Pryaxis.
frappe hits. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
That was, he was trying to, yeah.
That's what he needs, Frank. Those sort of punches.
Doing this is round 4, my boy. Like
power shots. Now they're coming the last 30 seconds. Ooh, but he's letting them fly.
30 seconds left, like you said. This has to have felt like an eternity for Roy's season, but it is almost over. He's got 10 seconds to try and make something happen, but even whenever he's trying to just throw the last-ditch Hail Mary shots, Pryaxis is dodging those. That has to just be a kick in the nuts. Let's be honest. Like,
hey, he landed like 2 or 3 solid power punches.
He did.
Look at the left eye of Pryaxis. It's all battered up.
When did that happen?
In the last 20, 30 seconds.
Okay.
And there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Pryaxis, with just a phenomenal, elegant performance against a dangerous opponent. Just kind of shut him down from the beginning. And it was over. What do you think, Frank?
Man, fantastic performance, like you said, by Pryaxis. And that's not to say anything bad against Roy's season. Roy is a very good, very competitive player. He is fantastic at this game. He's got some excellent wins, you know, here on ESFL. It's just right now Pryaxis was operating in a different zone. I mean,
yeah,
simply, I don't, that was a different level. I'm sorry, man. Like,
very true. Very true. Different level. It's like when you get to the final boss in a game like Elden Ring or just, you know, a difficult game, you're just like, what am I supposed to do? And
I'll do you one better.
Okay.
He just beat M. Bison, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm feeling like him. And then Akuma showed up.
Woo! Are those Elden Ring references? Because I only beat the first boss on the horseback and then I just quit. I spent 3 hours trying to beat that boss and I was like, you know what? This game's too hard for me. I'm out.
That's Street Fighter. Street Fighter, but also
Street Fighter
is also a demon. Yeah, I spent way too long trying to fight him. You're supposed to come back to him. Just a pro tip if you ever want to pick Elden Ring back up.
Hey, how was the new Street Fighter? I haven't played it.
I played the beta and it was awesome. I just got the full game. I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna do that after we get done here. But before we get done here, we need to move on to our co-main event, which is also going to be a very big event. We've got JayMMA taking on Lozo, the artist formerly known as Losoooo.
Lozo, baby. Lozo. Okay, let's get some context here for Lozo. All right. JayMMA, who has been running through the competition, 2-1, also teammate to Pryaxis out of the Toon Squad. Huge comeback week 1 to secure the decision victory over Pablo Grips. But Lozo, 2-1 as well, defeated kyoungbutta by decision, who we saw take out wordlife in fight number 3. So, I mean, these two are definitely up-and-coming, talented fighters that both want that belt, that are in prime position to contend in the future. So, big moment for these two here, and I'm going to see what they are going to pick for their fighters. They're not actually in right now, so it's all good. We just have to chat. So, maybe in the future, Frank, maybe, just maybe, if all the stars align, maybe Street Fighter in the Esports Fight League, but maybe it's already claimed by another, you know, company.
Don't play with me. Because listen, I am the only undefeated kin this side of the ESFL. It's an inside joke between me and a buddy, but I'm probably the best kin player you'll ever meet. Yeah, bar none. Full stop. That's it. I will bet on that. I will stake my claim. I will stand on that with all 10 of my toes. If anybody wants to see me in Street Fighter 6, holler at me after we get done here.
How would you compare Street Fighter to like a UFC or a boxing game? I know it's like 2D and you're like, it's like more combo based, like Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like Street Fighter is more about this combo can always win. It's just a matter of can you always hit it, you know? Whereas opposed to UFC, every fight's different in Street Fighter too. But like, I feel like there's more mental in. Well, actually, no, I can't really say that. So go. I'm giving you some homework, Rob. I need you to go to YouTube and look up Evo Moment 37. Okay. That's a guy named Daigo who just like cemented himself as the GOAT. You'll see. That's really all I can say about
2015. That, okay, I'm gonna check that one out.
Daigo, hey. All I'm saying is the guy who he beat is able to sell lessons playing Street Fighter to this day.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
and he's
That's what I'm
above
talking
him.
about.
So like, yeah, I
Hey.
don't know where I'm going with this. I like Street Fighter. It was my first fighting game, but I also love UFC, and I feel like I love the realism of that, where a well placed overhand ends a fight.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
So,
right, exactly. Not just like health bars on the top that you have to
right.
like manage.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Well, these guys are still trying their best to get into these. We're trying to figure out where JayMMA's opponent is. We're trying to wrangle him in. But thank you guys for being here today. Pryaxis is ain't Dago is the GOAT. Fighting games
See,
on a different level. Say less. He wants the Street Fighter 6 smoke. So a lot of
I
people
want
are
it. I want it. Hold on.
intrigued.
Come through. TTV.Frank no streaming. I am giving out free smoke all day.
I don't want none of your free smoke, bro.
But
I'm
it's free,
scared.
Rob. It's free.
Hey, it's like saying getting punched in the face and you want it for free. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous.
Okay, that's fair. I got hands, so I understand.
Ooh, look, Uncle Talent, 5 gifted subs to ESFL Gaming's community.
Shout
Let's
out
go. Let's
Uncle
get some
Talent.
hype in the chat for Uncle Talent, supporting streams, supporting the athletes. Also make sure you get your fighter predictions in.
Please.
And wow, good stuff from Uncle Talent, a competitor and a supporter.
You love to see it, honestly.
Mhm.
That's that's being part of the community and giving back to the community. We can't ask for anything more. Shout out to you, Uncle Talent.
Ooh, we jumping into the pool with JayMMA and
Let's go.
Lozo
Let's
out
go.
here, ready to fight. Damn, look how many fights Lozo's gotten or had.
Jesus
Almost
Jones.
500.
Yeah. So 337, 156, and 6. By my math, that is more than 40. So he's got a lot of fights.
He does. Yep, I can say that. I could see that.
He got
Amir
JMMA
Khan.
using Josh Taylor, which is extremely interesting to me. I always love whenever somebody steps off of what I call Meta Mountain and just, fights with the rest of the Earthlings. Like it's always
Such a challenge to not fight on Meta Mountain. You know what I'm saying? It's
it
a
is.
challenge, but it's intriguing and it's entertaining, and that's what this business is all about.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. No sound though, please. No, turn on your sound. I need to be hype and feel the crowd, Jay.
We need that, please. I tell you
Definitely.
what, I'm gonna
Yeah.
share my energy with you, Rob. You share it with me, and we're just gonna be good by the end of this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Fusion.
I hope we were on the right side, because if we were going the opposite way, we're gonna end up an old man, Rob.
Did we create Bruce Lee Frank or Frank the Lee?
Uh,
Or Frank Lee Rob? Frank Lee Rob. I like that
It's
one.
kind of hard. I like that.
Here we go. The components are walking out. You can't hear anything, but we're gonna keep the hype. I gotta turn my hype level a little bit higher because this is the co-main event here, ladies and gentlemen.
Of the evening.
Let's go. We got,
You got some.
Amir. Oh my goodness! Just what I wanted to happen.
We were trying to get the hype going. We're trying to keep it up.
Back to
now,
us.
Rob, I have one question. I hear is what I assume is a soundboard. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, go XLR. It was a pretty penny. I've got a
Yeah,
lot of cool voices.
My boy Bryce has one of those.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, do you have an air horn stashed anywhere on that?
No, but you can program like any sort of. I could program like 12 different sound effects by just pressing a button. I need to get that air horn. Like it'd be so sweet.
Air horn.
Yeah. I gotta do that. Just a little bit of busy work.
That's your other homework assignment.
While you're watching, got a lot of homework, man.
The air horn program.
Back in school, I was gonna do some commentary. Uncle Talent though, we got some predictions, guys.
Okay.
Look at the predictions, Frank. What do we got there?
Hang on.
You seeing it?
No, I'm not.
Okay, we got Lozo 62%, JayMMA 38%. So it seems like the crowd is in favor of Lozo, and even Uncle Talent, the gift daddy in the chat with the 5 gifties. He's saying Lozo winning this.
Well, I always love, when we get to see which way the community is leaning. But none of that matters once they get in the ring and start throwing them, I mean,
Very true.
We do love seeing you guys' predictions, love seeing you guys get involved and let us know what you think about the next fight, what you think about us, what you think about thing going on here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you guys are vocal. Make sure that you're, giving all your energy and all that good stuff because we feed off of that for sure. And I don't know about Rob, but I'm a little hungry right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry too. We're gonna need chat to put their hands in the air and give us spirit bomb sort of energy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're Goku and we need your energy, chat. Let me see it.
Run it up.
We need to kill Frieza.
100%. Frieza's too racist to be kept around. I'm just saying. Racist.
There
He
you
call
go.
people monkeys. Like, stop it.
My God, but Saiyans have tails.
You can't call people monkeys. Full stop.
But when the moon comes out, they turn into monkeys.
They business.
Okay, it's
You
kind of
don't see
hard
me
to.
walking up to every werewolf I know calling them mutt and dog, do you?
It's kind of hard to keep that business personal because they get so big and they start destroying everything with their breath of death.
He ain't mean to.
It was accidental.
It was an accident, simply.
Dang, you are a fan of the Saiyans. You a little biased.
I mean, yeah.
Accidental discharge.
Listen, I mean, never mind. I was about to. We was about to take a turn that we probably couldn't have come back from. So I'm gonna put the brakes on right
You
there.
trying to cross lines that cannot be crossed, Frank.
Can't be uncrossed specifically.
we need to get into this fight, but I feel like I don't think we're ever going to get into it. So I think this has just turned into the Frankly Rob show.
Hey, that's a banger right there. Welcome back to Frankly Rob, where quite frankly, I'm with Rob, and we're just wanting this fight to start.
I just want to go get a Big Mac. I might even get a Big Mac today. I missed the Grand Mac. You remember the Grand Mac?
Is that the same as the Mega Mac?
What's the Mega Mac? Dude, the Grand Mac was the Big Mac. They had like the mini Big Mac, and we're okay. Anyways, we're going in. Let's go back in the fight. I mean, let's get it.
To the matter at hand, Lozo using Amir Khan versus JMMA using Josh Taylor. A Mega Mac is where you take the bread off a Big Mac and just put it in the other one. Yeah, I feel like I had to just
personal creation, like the McGangbang.
No, well, yeah, yes and no. They sell them in Japan.
Ooh,
yeah.
I live really close to Japan, so I could get on a plane. It's like 6 hours away from Hawaii.
Damn.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I know, right?
I'm quite far from Hawaii and Japan. Well, I guess I'm kind of relatively close to Hawaii. Shout out LA, West Coast, best coast.
Let's go. All right. Here we go again. Hopefully, let's keep our toes and fingers crossed that these guys just make it into the ring and we can get this started, huh?
Please.
Oh, man. Okay. Amir Khan, Dusty Chin. We got sound as well.
Heard a sound.
Let's go. It was worth it. It was worth it. What are the strengths and weaknesses of Josh Taylor, if you even know? Because I don't know too much. I just know he's a Scottish professional boxer.
He's a southpaw and he's fast. That's all I got for you too.
Got it.
I'm
gotta watch that speed. He's gotta watch that speed then.
Yeah.
I guess
hand speed, man, as John Anik is fond of saying.
Hand speed. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Round number 1, we got it, and we're rocket shipping out of this ring.
We finally got into the business, and yeah, both these guys starting things off a little bit slow, just trading jabs, trying to figure out their timing and their pace. I forget, Rob, just because we're so hyped up and juiced doesn't mean that's how they're going to start the fight off, which is all well and good. This is still a feeling out process.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of implications on this fight. You know, whoever wins this could be like the next contender for or just, the point system, but the number 1 lead runner in the what would you call it? Standings. Perfect. And right now, JMMA with Josh Taylor. Damn, Josh looks pretty tall in there.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks tall and big.
But funny enough, his arms don't look that long, if that makes any sense.
He's a T-Rex.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. I know he can't guard me with arms like that,
And Lozo kind of just keeping that block high.
Staying patient.
Yeah, staying patient, moving and grooving, and Jay trying to just keep the circling going and stay out of the way. And Lozo is trying to find his mark. But you see this a lot with the Toon Squad, man. They're very good with their footwork. They're very disciplined, very technical.
Yeah, absolutely. Movement's the first layer of defense, and all these guys have that just hammered into their skulls, and you can see it in the way that they all play. You know, none of them are content to stay in the same spot and just take a beating.
They are not. They are not, and they're like the Ken Shamrock's Lions Den when the UFC was, you know, at its birth. They're like the first camp. I don't know if there's any other. Are there any other camps in Undisputed? I haven't heard of any besides the Toon Squad.
I've heard rumblings of JAB in the Undisputed Discord, but I don't know how effective or how you know what the status of that is. I know that at the beginning that a lot of those guys were pretty vocal about, you know, just being out here and wanting to spar and such, but haven't heard or seen much of from them since. Maybe they're just planning a coup, as it were. But all of that aside, we are through one round. Both these guys, like I said, just feeling each other out there in that first round. Anything anything major to take away from that for you, Rob?
No, disagreed with you. Feeling out process. Yeah, JayMMA moving pretty well, and it's Lozo kind of trying to find a way to land a punch, but Jay's just, you know, he's just kind of on the back foot, moving, staying loose, popping out that jab, and just keeping him at distance and seeing what he's gonna do. And Lozo's missing a lot of these hooks.
Yeah, huge right counter from Josh Taylor right there, and another right hand snapping his head back. I don't think Amir Khan likes those too much.
I don't think so. You don't want to get hit too much with Amir Khan. We saw wordlife earlier getting knocked around by kyoungbutta.
And he was fighting defensively sound.
Yeah, he was. He was fighting real good. Maybe a lot more offensive. I don't know. wordlife is like a mixture of defense and offense. He's really fun to watch. Oh, here we go. In the center.
Yep.
Trying to throw.
Trading. And you see Jay getting himself out of the firefight. He probably doesn't. He knows that's not where his money is made. He's more content to hang out on the outside, pick his shots, and just go a low stress type of route.
Yeah, 100% an outside type of fighter. He loves kind of just moving and grooving on the outside, letting his opponent kind of take that center. And but the thing is, I'm noticing is Lozo is not really biting on anything. He's not really throwing. He's kind of just moving with him. Ooh, couple sneaky uppercuts. Sneaked. Ooh, another one. Okay, Lozo's coming here round number 2.
Yeah, he's starting to figure out when he's supposed to be throwing some of these shots, and they're starting to slip through.
Yep.
Ooh, power straight, almost found a home. That would have been very dangerous for Josh Taylor if that connected.
For sure. And now JayMMA's cracking him with that nice little left uppercut. That was good stuff. Maybe the hardest punch of the fight so far. And JayMMA still just chilling on the outside, relaxing. But yeah, Lozo very impressive with his patience so far in round number 2 here, Frank.
Absolutely. You can see that he wants to fight on the front foot, but he's not forcing the issue so much that he's just walking into counters like we've seen.
Or just like gassing himself out.
You know, exactly.
He's got to be methodical.
He might be, you know, damn near out of stamina, but we can't tell. But from what I've seen, he seems to be doing, you know, a good job of hanging on to that gas tank as well as he can. JayMMA, of course, sitting on 100% stamina, being just as effective and efficient with his shots on the outside.
Yes, he is. And they're taking the full round to recover, really trying to figure out and formulate a game plan to, you know, try to counter their opponent. This is the first time we've seen them take the full time. There it is, finally clicking in. Now they're ready here in round number 3 between JayMMA in the blue and Lozo in the red. And right away, this doesn't look good. Couple good punches in the face. I don't know what happened. Jay's defense was just not there.
Yeah, maybe he sent a text or got up to get a drink or something and came back and was like, oh, hold on. Either way, able to recover before too much significant damage and get some good shots back to his own. A 1-2 lands flush for JayMMA with Josh Taylor.
Yeah, those were nasty. Good, solid shots from JayMMA and then kind of comboed the 1-2. Who stands for Jay? But now here comes Lozo, and look at the movement. He kind of just sneaks left, and he almost like baits him into the corner, Frank, and then he like turns the tables on him.
Yeah, I did like how he was able to get out of that corner there. Huge right on the return from Josh Taylor, but also Lozo's getting his own offense in whenever he's starting to march forward. That uppercut and that hook both landing. He's starting to find himself in the pocket there, Rob.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of plodding forward, keeping that block up, and yeah, when he's like face to face, man, he's landing that power uppercut brilliantly.
Nice into the uppercut as well. He's starting to mix his timing up. Yeah, he's doing well right now. Ooh, but he gets his head snapped back by that huge jab from Taylor.
Dang, did you see like the recovery window? I think Jay could have comboed off of that. I mean, he really hit him hard there. 1-2 again. Precision, the 1-2, the Toon Squad Prodigy. 1-2s are all day. It's always there for him. It's a good fight.
Yeah, it is. I was about to say he's catching some of those twos on the way back from Lozo as well. Yeah, I like. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's just crazy. You know, the viewership and the excitement that we have so early in the career of Undisputed, and hopefully it just gets better and better and better. You know, with some good patches.
Absolutely. I feel like, you know, with a couple more patches, don't get me wrong, I feel like the game is in a much better state than it was when it released. I just still feel like we're 1 or 2 major patches away from being like where I think it can go and then beyond, of course. But I'm, of course, willing to be patient, having a great time. Whenever we get fights like this and like the ones we've been seeing today, when you get the highest level of players playing against each other, that's when this game is at its most beautiful and at its most fluid. And I really enjoy watching these fights right here with you in this capacity, Rob.
Hey, thanks. My man, I have fun with you as well. And it's always, you know, you wake up, you're like, oh man, I got to do some commentary today. But then you get into the show and you're just like, everything's just so exciting, and it's thoroughly entertaining, and it's an honor to be a part of this. As we go, I think we're going into round number 4, round number 3 or 4, and we're about to see here. But man, yeah, this is a very interesting fight. Round number 4, judges score it for Lozo 30-27 as he comes forward, and it doesn't seem like Jay has his hands on the controller. He seems to be a little distracted here.
I'm wondering, is that on him or like, because I saw a little thing at the top there with the ping. So maybe is there lag that's like making him not respond in the first few seconds? I don't know. We're gonna.
I hope he doesn't have 3-second delay.
Yeah,
because he's just standing there like giving him a few at the beginning. Lozo's a dog, man. He's showing that he's a dog out there, and he's coming forward.
Yeah, for sure.
And on that offense.
For sure. I like the way that he's. I don't want to say waiting, but how patient he is in looking for his offense. He's not, you know, as I said earlier, not forcing the issue too much. He's being aggressive and moving forward, but not just charging in to be countered. You know, it's a fine line to walk, and I feel like he's doing so quite well right now. Not saying he's not eating some counters, you know, on the entrance from JMMA, but
yeah, I'm in agreement with you. His ability to kind of just stay on Jay and stay near Jay without overthrowing, without getting out of position. And Jay, I feel like there's a little momentum shift here in this round number 4, and it's going towards Lozo, in my opinion. I feel like he's just landing the better punches.
Yeah, at this moment, it seems like he is. And I think he's starting to get maybe a bit of a read on that uppercut that Jay has been throwing with that left hand. Because you're seeing he's starting to slip a little bit more whenever he's throwing his combos. He's also leaning back a lot more, like he's anticipating either a hook or that uppercut. Like I said, a nice uppercut left hook combo and another one. And now he's very close to rocking Josh Taylor.
Oh yeah, he is landing some power punches right through that block, kind of digging to the body as well. And wow, Lozo's looking good in round number 4, and Jay kind of bouncing around. But dang, Frank, Lozo's coming.
Yeah, Lozo's waking up here in the in well, I guess the middle rounds now, since we're in round 5. But no, starting in round 3, I believe it was 2 or 3, he started, you know, turning things around, being more aggressive, and he's starting to find that groove. Which once somebody gets into it, it's very difficult to get him out.
Yeah, and Lozo is so good. Once he's in his groove, he kind of snowballs out there. In his last fight, he just gets better as the fight goes on. JayMMA is so talented, but I don't know. There's something about his performance right now which makes me think he is a little preoccupied with something, distracted with something. Something's on his mind. I don't know. Maybe the fight is getting to him. Something. You know, we'll see if he's okay. Now he's coming forward.
Okay.
He's ready for this round. Not taking 2 free punches to the face.
Yeah. So whatever that was, he's gotten straightened out. I don't remember. Wasn't important. We're here in round 5. Both these guys starting things off just a bit aggressively. Lozo is landing some good shots, but nice jab from Taylor there might be what he needs to start, you know, getting him out of his face. But I'm loving the way Lozo is slipping off to the side once he gets into range. That's setting up those hooks for him and just keeping him out of the way. A lot of those jabs and straights that Jay is throwing back at him.
Oh man, he's doing such a great job, kind of staying on him like a magnet almost. Like when Jay moves right, he's moving left. He's cutting off the octagon. He's not over zealous with his movement, and he's just, he's tagging him. A left cut starting to form on, I believe, the not the right eye, or the left cut, left eye, left face, left side of his face. There's a cut, Jay.
Yeah, and as I noticed that cut was opening up, he was also Jay was giving back a nice left hand to the body. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if they have it on the game or not, but that left hook to the body should do a ton of damage for southpaws, right?
You would think so. Yeah, just right in the gut. Nice left hand as well. Oh, that power left. Look at these hooks.
He's working his way up the ladder.
Power shots from Lozo on the inside, really doing some big damage to Jay here in round number 5.
Yeah, he knows he's got that big power. Also, I'm assuming he's aware that the gas tank isn't the biggest, but he's being smart about when to throw these shots. He's not just winging power, and hoping for the best.
No, he's not. And I'm loving he's just kind of bouncing around, staying right in the face of Jay. And I'm sure Jay is just feeling extreme pressure right here. Even, throws out a power left and connects. Good job by Jay. And round number 5.
Yeah, good round there. You got to wonder, is Jay starting to maybe get a little bit frustrated? That's why you're seeing some of the power starting to come out more. Who knows? We'll have to see as this fight continues. Going into round 6, 7?
Yep. Going into round number 6.
Okay, I have a hard time counting above 3, Rob. That's why I'm glad you're here. But going into round 6, he's still sitting on 91% stamina, so doing a pretty good job there. If he can stay that course, then he should have that advantage against Khan. We'll have to see, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see, indeed. Round number 6. JayMMA is probably gonna have to make some minor adjustments here. I think he needs to be a little bit more active with his offense. He needs to watch out for these hook combinations, the body shots. And right there, that's good. Sticking with the body shots, stay long, stay strong, and we'll see if Jay can make these reads and these adjustments here in round number 6 against a imposing force that is Lozo.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a good job, though, keeping his wits about him, not panicking, but like you said, maybe a bit more aggression. Oh, he's doing great with these counters right now, though. Good Lord in heaven. That's like 3 or 4 major shots with the left hand to the head, to the body. He's mixing things up, but eats a big jab for his troubles.
Yeah, he is letting that left hand to the body fly. He is putting some power. He's excreting some stamina here in round number 6 on the face and the body of Lozo, but Lozo's still there, just tagging him back.
Yeah, and you got to think though, if he excretes enough of that stamina as this round goes on, if you land enough of those shots to the body, you'll make that difference up quick.
yeah, we've seen it in the previous fights. Those body shots are disgusting. Oh man, you seen Lozo kind of use his head movement, and then he comes and fires back to the body, but Jay is kind of recognizing it, and he's blocking pretty well. Oh man, but that one digging to the body is Lozo.
Both these guys are so good with their head movement, and they're also good at making reads because they're noticing the others using that head movement and then using that opportunity to slip shots into the body. Both of them are doing it.
Yeah, they are. They are both doing very well here in round number 6. It's kind of hard to score this fight, and Jay's doing a little bit more stationary thugging out there instead of moving. Oh man, but I feel like this is where Lozo likes to cook, huh? Is in this zone, the closeness.
That last like 10 seconds, he was starting to hit him up like Pac. He was just throwing body, head, hooks, uppercuts. I mean, he's mixing things up beautifully right now, and that's got to be difficult for Jay to get a read on. But we'll see what he's able to do. I wasn't sure if that was on my end or not, but it looks like we got some technical stuff. It's on their side of things. We're trying to get it figured out, folks. So I'll come back to us just for a second while we're getting all of this figured out. So, Rob, about halfway through the fight, we're going into round 7.
Yeah.
Thoughts so far?
I thought that JayMMA had a game plan early. I felt like he was gonna just float around like he did in his previous fight with Tyson Fury, stay at range and make his opponent miss, make him pay, tire him out. And I felt like Lozo did a really good job of staying super patient, super diligent with his footwork, kind of seeing what his opponent was going to do. And then he made some really drastic adjustments and just kind of just almost tracking him down, right? Tracking him, and then
Mhm.
throwing really precise punches to the body, to the head. His hooks are looking nasty right now, Frank.
They absolutely are. Both these guys are, like I said, so good at making adjustments. Jay was doing a fantastic job at the beginning, just utilizing that reach, staying out of range. Like you had said, Loso made the adjustment, started mixing up the hooks, really started doing a lot of good body work in there as well. That was one thing that I was picking up.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's just a bit upsetting, because those guys were cooking with gas, with fire, like we were on the road, we were in the car in the middle of a
Yep.
good trip.
Yep. Yeah.
And then, these things happen, I suppose. I mean, they do happen, obviously. It's technology, there's nothing we can really do about it.
Yeah. Second time it's happened tonight, Frank. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Because like it's just tough because you see the opponent, you see, Lozo probably in my opinion on his way to a victory there. But you never know, right? So it's just like,
You
dang,
never know.
we got to run it back. Like it's just unfortunate for the athletes and the fans and me and you, Frank.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Um, we're just like I said, we got all of our people in the back handling what they need to handle, trying to figure out what we can do to make this go forward, you know. Um,
Yes.
Shout
And if
out
you're
to
not,
all of go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you're not familiar with, the rules, all these athletes. I mean, we can show the if you got it, guys in the back. We could show the standings from last week. We could talk about that. Beautiful. Sounds good. Let's talk about these standings. If you're just tuning
Yep.
in, we got the standings here, Frank. You got that in front of
Yep,
you down
pulling
there.
it up right now. Yes, sir. Got it. All right. So standings at the top of the pile, we've got EyeGameUWatch. He's got 3 points. He is 1-0, and the third point came from a knockout. You get 2 points from a win, or I'm sorry, was the point from knockout or fight of the night?
2 points for a win, 1 point for performance of the night. Oh no, knockout of the night, 1 point, and then you get paid for performance of the night.
Okay, got you. You get paid for performance of the night. You get a point for knockout of the night. And in the 2 points bracket, we got BoneDoinWork and Addict. Addict is going to be moving up after a phenomenal victory earlier. Royszn, Lozo, JMMA, and Job. Job was unfortunately unable to compete today due to some personal issues. JMMA and Lozo, of course, had their technical difficulties. In the 1 point bracket, we've got Pryaxis and Jay Shet. Pryaxis definitely moving up after a phenomenal performance. Might have to get some money. I had to get some money to him later on. That's neither here nor there. And then we've got wordlife, talent, Diaz, WokeSportsFan, kyoungbutta, Pablo Grips, and Fight Night's finest. All at 0 points, but of course, Diaz got a win earlier, and kyoungbutta got the win.
Yep. Addict as
Talent,
well.
yeah, talent also. Sorry, I'm just trying to double check and
Nope, you're
remember
on point right now.
who I
Uncle
got where.
Talent,
So,
Youngbutta, Addict,
mhm.
Pryoxis with the win. So they're all gonna get points
Yep.
and move on up next season. And looks like we might moving
Okay.
to the main event.
We're okay. So
And
hey,
we
we
gotta
are
go right
being
into the fight.
yeah. We're being
We're
sped
going in
along.
hot.
So we're going in hot. They are already in the thing. We're going to our main event. We've got Roy Jones Jr. taking on Carl Froch. Let's see who's using which fighter. Sorry, we're a bit scrambled back here. EyeGameUWatch versus
Let's go.
GameOver.
Look at the
These guys are,
quality.
yeah, the quality is crisp. Oh my goodness, this looks better than my future. I can't even front.
My goodness. All right, guys, here we go. We got the current leader in the pack right now. We got EyeGameUWatch 3-1 KO victory against WokeSportsFan. He has 3 points. Not man, I was getting confused with the win loss. 3 points, 1 win with a KO. Game
Yeah.
over. Fresh. First fight of the season. This is gonna be a tough matchup for him, Frank.
Yeah, 100%. You got to come in and fight the top guy. And they're starting this fight off hot. I'm sorry, guys. We're a bit discombobulated. We had to just like scramble everything. That's why it was a bit shaky getting in. But now we're in. We are in our main event. EyeGameUWatch Roy Jones Jr. Game over using Carl Froch. His debut against the current leader of the pack can't be an easy way to make your debut, but Game Over looks to make a huge name off of this pressure right now, doing a good job of trying to stay on the outside and just pop that jab in, which are huge right straight and a left hook. He's going to have to do a great job with his timing just because Jones is so much faster. Sorry. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
100%. Jones is so fast. Carl Froch is one of my favorite fighters to use, though. He's so good with his range. He's got power. He's got stamina. He's very durable. He's definitely a problem if you use him right. And he's already been landing a couple good punches on EyeGameUWatch. And with this being his debut, he's got a huge opportunity to beat pack leader here in this season. So a big moment and big underdog story, Cinderella story maybe, but EyeGameUWatch right now he's not doing too much taunting like he did in the last fight.
Yeah, maybe he's got to get himself to a place of comfort. Good Lord in heaven.
My goodness, that's a lot of body shots.
That's what I'm saying. He's treating bro like the sides of beef and Rocky. He's just going straight to the ribs, trying to tenderize those, see if he's going to smoke them over 10 rounds.
Yo, Adrian! I did it! Let's go. 30 seconds left. Uh-oh, there it is.
It's getting the footwork
Shuffle
going.
Step.
Yes, sir.
Getting loose. And that's where he gets dangerous, Frank. That's where he gets dangerous, when EyeGameUWatch gets loose.
And that's crazy, right? Because there's some people, they absolutely refuse to talk because they don't want to have to try and stand on that. The fact that he is in the middle of a main event on the Esports Fight League in front of God and everybody, shuffle stepping 3 times in round 1, that just lets you know what he thinks of himself and his skills. I love to see it personally. Let's see if he can back it up. See if he can stand on those with all 10, Rob.
Yeah, not only is he an entertainer, but he's also a brutal tactical fighter. And just wait, if he starts winning drastically, wait till he does the blocking pelvic thrusts. You're going to love that, Frank. You're going to love it.
Does it have some DX energy to it? He's
Bang, pop that jab in on him.
Yeah, doing a good job getting out of range whenever Froch is trying to throw back, which, you know, very difficult. Froch has stupid long arms.
Yeah, he's so long. He's so long.
Oh,
there! Did he get it? Did he get it?
He
hit it.
Shimmy.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man, this. I gotta be honest though. This is probably the worst position to make your debut in, right? Like you get in here, you haven't done anything wrong, but after round 1, bro starts shuffle stepping and hitting the pelvic threat, bro. That can't be good for the mental, right? And oh my goodness, the body work of EyeGameUWatch. He'll just like pick a spot and then just decide, all right, I'm throwing 15 body shots right now.
Yeah, it's pretty risky though. I mean, he kind of depleted his whole stamina bank, and if Game Over can time a body block uppercut counter, he could really devastate EyeGameUWatch.
Yes. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that later. Ooh, I love that sidestep into the left hook that we just saw from Froch there.
Yeah, Froch is also landing some good stuff.
If he keeps going to that body, he's not gonna have time to worry about doing the shoulder shimmies and all that.
Man, EyeGameUWatch is really targeting that body with just quick punches, not really too many power. Yeah, sometimes you don't know if it's their power. If you don't know if they're power because they're so quick, sometimes the quicker punches are the power punches. So gotta keep an eye on it. Oh, speaking of power, Frank.
To the body and catching the jabs as he's backing up too. Froch is starting to have some success both when he is exiting the pocket and when he's staying at the edge. But whenever they're in range and Jones can throw 4 body shots in a row, that's not a good time for Froch. He's just not fast enough to keep up. And then he's starting to get in rhythm there too, Rob.
He's getting in rhythm. He's getting activated here. I think this is a tougher fight than he had last week, definitely. He seemed to be toying with his food a lot more comfortable, a lot more pelvic thrusts, shimmies, some steps, 2 steps, and yeah, Carl Froch is aka Game Over fighting pretty well in this main event. In his 3rd fight, his 1st fight in the Esports Fight League, and he's doing a good job bringing those those elbows down, defending his body. Oh, see the counters are there. He just needs to let it fly, baby.
He does.
Oh, watch out!
That was almost dangerous. I thought he was about to keep dancing into just getting clocked. Oh, I love that slip into the body shot. That's the thing, man. A lot of these. So I'm seeing a lot of good things out of Game Over.
Yeah, me too. Oh, what the heck? He did the moonwalk going the other way. Holy moly! I can't tell if this is so you think you can dance or it's undisputed right now.
Bro hit the sun slide. How you do that? Oh my goodness. Hey, check my man for Heelys right now.
Oh, I love me some Heelys. All right, where are we at here? Okay. Oh, my goodness, yeah. GameOver starting to get better and better as this fight goes on. But man, EyeGameUWatch, he is not afraid to let his whole gas tank explode upon his opponent, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. And he's doing it in front of everybody, man. It's just pelvic thrusting until his gas tank explodes, and then Pryaxis is having to deal with the mess. It's ridiculous. But he's doing a good job of not being too rattled, honestly.
True.
Because this is the stuff that would make me like throw controllers, dog.
Oh.
Like, the body work of EyeGameUWatch is very impressive because it almost to the naked eye looks like spamming, but like he's not. He's choosing when to do it and just throw. He's mixing up the shot. There's a difference between this and throwing 18 body uppercuts in a row. You know, like, and it's really just kind of a thing of beauty to watch. I'm getting a little caught up just because I'm trying to digest what I'm seeing, and it's something, Rob.
It is. He even threw like 2 body shots on the same side at one point. They were pretty quick. He's just letting his hands go. He's really targeting the body. And GameOver's having some trouble with just the onslaught that is EyeGameUWatch. There it is, 30-27 for the CompuBox judge. But so far, so good. You know, for a debuter, he seems to have some good defense. He's not afraid to let his hands go. Oh my goodness, there it is. Look, throw an uppercut. Block low,
Please,
an uppercut,
do
baby.
Something. Yeah, no, honestly, if you're, but I mean, that's the thing. By the time you realize, oh, he's throwing 5 in a row, that's the third one's hit you.
Yeah, exactly. And all right, so far EyeGameUWatch is just he's in rhythm. He just seems to start so good and be so confident in all of his fights so far.
Yeah, and I see why. You know, just because like the body damage he's doing is staggering. It's live.
Yeah, it
on
is.
cue. You know, I'm not gonna say no way, but it's gonna be very difficult for Pryaxis to keep up as this fight goes along if he just continues to do that, keep peppering those body shots in, because it feels like almost every combination he's landing at least 1 to the body.
And yeah, look at him. He's mixing it up too. He's going down to the body. He's going up stairs. He's just, these combinations, these flurries are just relentless, and they're landing. Look, and you're already seeing Carl Froch. His punches are a little bit labored, and he's just a slow fighter in general. Yeah,
he's already slow. He don't need help. But Jones giving him all the help he can get and then some.
Yes, sir.
He's giving him the help with Octavia Spencer.
Yes, sir. Oh my goodness, look at that left hand on the exit. Oh man, these are beautiful. Not too much power, just landing, landing, and landing.
Busy. Goodness.
Ooh, there's one by Froch. Oh,
and now he's throwing uppercuts.
Uppercut. He's heating up, man. He is heating up, Frank.
He is heating up. He's got the smoke coming off of him.
The steam. And with 3 points, he's in the lead right now. So a win here, 5 points. He's gonna still be the leader of the pack, but I really want to see GameOver's adjustments here in round number 5. Let's see what he does. Let's see how he deals with the pressure and the amazing shots of EyeGameUWatch so far.
Right. Yeah, I feel like he's 1 body block uppercut away from maybe turning this thing around. You know, Jones has a ridiculously tough chin, but like maybe if he's able to get that timing. Oh, that was nice. He blocked the body and hit him with the left hook up top, and then got a 1-2 on the exit right there. Starting to find some counters, doing a good job staying at range. I feel like that's going to be the key for him going forward.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. The range, that's where Carl Froch does so well, is his long, straight punches. And he even has a nice little body left hook, as you're seeing. And so far, this round, I think it is GameOver landing the harder shots.
He is. But you're starting to see EyeGameUWatch taking notice of that and starting to try to get his licks back, as it were.
Oh, he's trying. He's trying his best. Standing in front of his opponent, body shots coming out again, trapping him against the corner. GameOver moving to the left, trying to stay away, trying to get some respect from the juggernaut that is EyeGameUWatch. So much talent, so much entertainment coming his way. They're exchanging here.
Yeah, man, these guys are really getting to the business. Both of them are fighting for the knockout. It's just who's going to be able to get it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, EyeGameUWatch is just, I mean, these are all adding up on the scorecards, on the stamina deficit that All-Fright is going to feel later, and he's running away right now. He's trying to stay at distance. He's trying to get away from EyeGameUWatch, and EyeGameUWatch is just coming after him, man.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure has been quite phenomenal, really. I say that as he backs up, but even then, he's backing up to draw him forward. He's not just backing up to do it. He's kind of messing with him.
He was. But GameOver doesn't seem to really care too much. He even did a little look back taunt a couple rounds ago. So he's this guy's game, man. He's got some skills for sure. Obviously,
sure.
EyeGameUWatch is winning, but it's a good fight so far. I'm liking it.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely would like to see, I'm looking forward to seeing GameOver's next fight. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
I guess what I'm trying to say is there's going to be a lot from this fight for him to learn and pick up and improve going forward. I feel like you can say that about a lot of people who weren't able to get their hand raised today. You've probably got a lot to digest, learn from, and move forward with. So that's what it's all about, right? Improvement and growing, and sometimes winning a little money.
Definitely winning a little money is always good. In round number 6 here, though, if he could rally, round number 6, he's at 7, 8, 9, and 10. And Froch has a perk that you get stronger, or your punches. I think your punches cost less stamina in rounds like 7, 8, 9, and 10. So he's very dangerous in the later rounds. But EyeGameUWatch has been really good with his stamina management and not blowing out his load too early. So he's in control for sure. But I want to see GameOver maybe throw a wrench in. He had some big power shots in that last round, but the volume of EyeGameUWatch, the precision, it's a little daunting, I think.
I think so. And you also got to wonder, oh, wait, never mind. No, you don't. That uppercut to the body was massive. Yeah. I was going to say, you got to wonder if the body work from EyeGameUWatch might have been a little bit too much for GameOver to throw back from. But, hey, he's starting to throw his own body work there and tried to get him on that power straight, but wasn't able to land. And, yeah, just ends up taking a vicious onslaught of counters. Good Lord.
I'm loving it. The step-in jab, jab, hook, jab, jab, body hook.
Yeah, man.
EyeGameUWatch counters are aggressive and dangerous. Whoa, see, that's where it gets dangerous for EyeGameUWatch, when he does that. He like depletes. Oh, he ate one on the taunt, Frank.
Now things are really starting to get interesting here, Rob, right? Because, like, maybe if he starts feeling himself a little too much, I've never seen somebody get knocked out during a taunt, but good God, it would be hilarious. I mean, you can't even lie, bro. It don't matter who. Yeah. That would be funny.
I wonder. I know in UFC, you're very susceptible to like flash knockouts when you taunt, but you probably would just get knocked. You think maybe you would get knocked? I've been knocked out cold in this game from like perfectly timed straights, so definitely possible. I bet. Looking the other way, you get hit in the back of the head, you're down. What do you think so far about GameOver? I felt like he's not doing too bad. Look, 50, 59, 55. The fight is closer than we think.
100%.
And he needs to win this round, though.
I feel like GameOver's definitely got some skills, and this next sentence I'm about to say could go for a lot of people, but like I feel like he could have gotten a win if he was matched up with somebody else on the card. Not to say that he can't get this win, of course. Yeah, GameOver.
100%, 100%. He's got some game here,
Absolutely.
And he's making this hard.
It's not to say that he's out of this fight, It's just it seems like it's going one particular way. But again, he's got some skills. He's the first person I've ever seen do the moonwalk in reverse. That's why I called it the sun slide.
That's funny. Yes, the sun slide, the opposite. Oh yeah, and GameOver's also facing an opponent that's just so talented, has so much confidence, and has been here once before, has some experience, and now see right there that pull. EyeGameUWatch sometimes makes the mistake of just unloading his complete gas tank, but he's always able to get out of the way, so he's pretty, smart with his defense and his escapes. But there are moments where GameOver, I'm seeing opportunity for him.
Yeah, and I see what you're talking about. Oh, huge right hook, but in slow motion. Oh man.
Oh man. That's a TikTok right there. That's a TikTok. He needs to put that on his TikTok.
Yeah,
Oh
I mean,
man.
yeah, you definitely should.
Yeah, I mean, that was just beautiful, right? He hit him, he taunted. We're like, oh man, then steps in, just pops him with the uppercut. Down he goes. I mean, you can't get much better than that, can you?
No, I mean, honestly, how do you? Well, no, I know how you get much better than that. I just got word from the back, Rob. I got some great news for us. After we get done with this fight, we're gonna run back the co-main event because Lozo and JMMA were just really getting cooking. We ain't want to cut them off, so we figure we're gonna go ahead and bring that matchup to you people, of course, after we get done with the current matchup. We're in a sticky situation on the whole main event co-main thing now, but that's semantics for another day. Right now
Did they
we are
steal
in
the main event spot, Frank the
I think
Tank?
so. Do you think this was all part of their plan? Hey, bro, just like turn your computer off in round 6, right? We gonna get the main event spot. I got us.
No. My goodness. And there it is. Round number 8, big shot. But look at EyeGameUWatch.
Huge shots with no stamina.
He's risking it for the biscuit. This guy's entertaining. He's coming to bring the show. He's coming to put on the show. And I'm liking EyeGameUWatch. I'm becoming a fan in the second fight for sure.
I like both of these guys, to be completely honest. Like, EyeGameUWatch absolutely has showmanship down to a T. But I'm loving the way that GameOver is not giving up, the way that GameOver's finding those shots whenever they do appear. He's making this thing interesting, but Jesus, Jones, man.
Oh, he is heating up. He is loosening up. He is on fire right now. Look at him. He's just feeling himself. Just so much swagger out there, and he is just teeing off, taking over this fight, round number 8.
Guess I got my swagger back.
Craziness.
He's hitting the
He's got to get his dance moves out there for his fans.
He got to. Hey, he hitting it. I can't even lie.
You know, GameOver did make him hit these a little bit later. He did, put some resistance out there, but EyeGameUWatch has like fully taken over this fight in round number 8, and I'm expecting a knockout, 9 or 10.
You say that, and then he's taking huge shots to the body. I think GameOver is savvy enough defensively where he won't get knocked out unless he is trying to force the knockout himself. I say that, man. I mean, Jones is so fast, man. How do you get away with him? In particular, how do you get away with Carl Froch?
It's really tough to go against John Jones, especially someone this, on their game, on their hustle, and on point, Yeah, hey. All right.
All right. And that's round 9?
That was round 8. We're going into the round 9.
I'm telling you, man, anything past 3, that's where I get confused.
It all blends together, and here we go, round number 9, and we'll see if EyeGameUWatch can put the finishing touches on a masterpiece performance so far in the Esports Fight League main event of the evening. Here we go.
Yeah, both these guys looking to just stick with what's been working for them, but one guy has much more that's been working for him than the other at this point in the fight.
Yes, sir.
Froch just trying to stay as patient as possible. He's not just trying to stand in and get knocked out, but he's also looking for those opportunities for his own offense. That was nice by Jones. But one thing I am seeing,
oh man,
every time I'm trying to talk good about him, man. No, I did notice like he'll start walking one way, like he'll move to his right and then come back with the step left hook. I feel like he's doing a good job of that and mixing things up. Man, he was. He was. And then he just started getting chewed to the body.
EyeGameUWatch has hit another gear in this last round, and even in round number 9. He is going for that finish. He really wants to take out his opponent, GameOver, and put his lights out, it seems like. And that's what you want to see in a champ, or maybe a future champ, in EyeGameUWatch. And GameOver is kind of just breaking down here. He doesn't know what to do. His body health is so low. His stamina is low. And EyeGame is having fun out there.
Yeah, that's the worst position to be in, right? When your opponent's really having fun and you're really not.
Yeah, I could definitely send you a curveball.
Yeah, every one of these seconds feels like an hour.
Yep. 20 seconds, though. Oh, he kind of scoots back into the corner and then eats couple vicious body shots from EyeGameUWatch. I mean, I want to see the stats at the end of the fight. How many body shots has he landed? And they're very accurate as well.
Man, at least 11. by my count.
Oh man, way more than 11, right?
That's why I said at least.
Round number 10 here, ladies and gentlemen, in the main event. EyeGameUWatch, 88-82 is what the judges are saying. Can GameOver get the knockout and steal the fight? We're about to find out right now in the 10th round.
Yep, he's got 3 minutes rather.
Oh!
3 minutes of playtime in order to try and knock out his opponent, man. But I mean, EyeGameUWatch has just been so defensively sound. It's the odds don't look great, but that's why they fight. You know, it only takes one to switch everything onto its head.
It definitely does. It definitely does. And EyeGame is the kind of competitor that does take the risks. He does stand there right in front of him when his gassing is completely out. I just don't think he has any fear anymore towards, you know, GameOver's power, his stamina. I just don't think he could hurt him.
Right. Yeah, he's at that point, right, where it's just, all right, I've done what I need to do. Now it's just salting time away until...
Ooh, digging. Look at those body shots, Frank.
Yes, and look how slow the shots coming back from Pryaxis are. That's what I was just about to say. I want to know how low his stamina is. I'm with you. I need to see the numbers on how many, oh my God, how many body shots he's thrown.
Oh man, he's bullying him now. Oh! Roy Jones Jr. with the knockout. Here he comes.
Hold on, for a second, I thought French was the one that that rocked him. I was just like, what?
This is gonna be hard to get up from. That body is hurt. This might be a Ryan Garcia situation here, Frank. No, he gets up. He wants more.
He wants more.
20 seconds left
in the fight. Let's see if GameOver can make it to the judges' scorecards. It'll be a bit of a moral victory for him, you would think, right?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Great experience.
Yes.
And there it is.
Hey.
They are chucking at each other.
Yeah, shout out to GameOver, man, because it's not easy to... All right, so shout out to EyeGameUWatch. Shout out to GameOver, because honestly, it cannot be easy to make your debut into anything fighting the person who is currently at the top of the mountain. So shout out to GameOver. I commend your heart, your effort. Shout out to EyeGameUWatch. Your dance moves are ridiculous, brother. No, in all seriousness, though, we do have to give you a bit of a letdown. I lied. It's not the first time.
How can you do that to me, Frank?
Because I'm evil, Rob. I am evil, and I lie for a living. I have to wake up extra early to tell more lies in my day. But the lie that I told you guys was that we're going to go back to the co-main event. Apparently, that is not the case. So that was our main event for the evening, but it was a very good one between EyeGameUWatch and GameOver. We have had a fantastic card today, Rob.
We have. Look at those stats real quick, though.
That's what threw me off.
Those stats.
That's what threw me off so hard. That's why I just stopped wordsing.
Holy moly.
118, landed 118 body shots to 28.
That might have been the difference there.
Yeah.
What do you think, Frank?
I mean, you know, maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, just a dominant performance from EyeGameUWatch all the way across the board. And that was a much bigger test than he had last week, in my opinion. And I really think that we need to see, you know, a big fight between EyeGameUWatch and a name. I think he's ready for it. He's showing just amazing footwork, amazing offense, precision striking, and confidence, and just he's entertaining. So it's great to have guys like this in the esports fight league. It's an honor to call their fights. And what a main event! I mean, we had so many good fights tonight, but our official decision, Frank, what's the picks? What are the picks? The official picks for the night.
All right, official picks. Okay, let's pull the fight card up one more time so we can go ahead and just get an overview of everything that we saw today.
Fight cards up.
Okay, so we had the WokeSportsFan and SVG King, Pablo Grits versus Talent, potentially knockout of the night on Talent side. kyoungbutta versus wordlife, BoneDoinWork versus Addict. Man, I think that one.
That's fight of the night, right?
I think so.
Okay. Ding, there it is. Fight of the night now. Official fight of the night.
Fight of the night. BoneDoinWork versus Addict 85. Officially fight of the night.
So they get 1 point each, right? 1 point each for fight of the night. That's the
money.
That's the money.
The point. Fight night's the money.
Okay. These two got paid. They're doing work at Addict. Bonus 50 G's, baby. Okay.
50 G's, baby.
All
And
right. So
then
now knockout of the night, Frank. We need to figure out.
I think
Mm-hmm.
I
Talk to
think
me.
Pablo Grips. Not I
Okay.
think Talent versus Pablo Grips. Because I'm looking, JayMMA versus Lozo was good, but I don't think it ended in a knockout, right?
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so. So yeah, I think Talent won KO of the night. What
Okay.
thoughts?
I'm in agreement with that. That was like the that was like the 10th round after he already put on a good performance and he just turned the lights
Right.
out, right?
Just
With the
one
straight.
right hand with the straight. Yeah.
Talent
Bam.
wins KO of the night. It's the show. Any last words from you, my brother?
Man, so I don't know if we're doing a performance of the night, but honorarily, I would give that one to Pryoxis.
Okay.
EyeGameUWatch was very good, but Pryoxis just made the other guy look like he wasn't there. No offense, I'm sorry. I love you, Roy. But I would have to give him performance of the night, and also, yeah, just before we go, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you follow us here on ESFL Gaming on Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you follow Rob on all of his socials. Rob, where can they find you?
Brucey Rob on Twitch.
Yes, sir.
Come through. And we just want to thank the CFESA
Yes, sir.
for sponsoring tonight's event. And just one more time, if you guys want to go check them out their website. It's an amazing opportunity to learn skills and abilities. If you're not in college and you just want to go make some good money, it's a great opportunity. So thank you for our sponsor tonight, getting this event underway and allowing us to, just put on these amazing shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out CFESA. And again, make sure you go hit them up. Scan the QR code that's on the screen.
Let's go.
Yeah. Like I had said, hit me up on Steam, ttv.franknostreaming. I am still giving out free smoke all day on Street Fighter after I get something to eat. But do you have anything that you wanted to say, Rob?
I'm going to go get a Big Mac, eat some food. What an event. It was an amazing show, and I will see you guys next time on Undisputed ESFL. See ya.
See you guys next time.
Going out nice and fast, already Pry. Oh, beautiful counter to the takedown. Thank you for joining us tonight.
No disadvantage Zayef, but then he.
A little too much on tricks. Nice shooting, good turning.
Watching my Twitch, watching on YouTube, watching from around the world tonight. I know the UFC isn't on right now, but guess what? The virtual octagon is here.